All right, then. We
Finally.
should be live now. Okay, so we had a whole introduction, but doesn't matter. Welcome to our first watch along on this channel. It's been a while since we have done a watch along all together, but here we are. My name is Ashwin. We have Akshay from Women's Cricket Central. So if you haven't checked out his channel, go down to the description, like, share, subscribe, all of that. We will be here until the last ball of today's game. Akshay, welcome to Women's Cricket by JB. It's great to have you along with us.
Yep, great to be here. And yeah, we've got two fantastic hosts and extremely happy to be joining them, of course. To all things women's cricket. I can't believe we are repeating ourselves the second time in the last 30 seconds, but it's all right. That's the way it goes, I guess. But yeah, very happy. And it is India's first game. Excited for that. It's Pakistan's first game. Excited for that too. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Let's just directly get into the toss update.
Yeah, I mean, India's won the toss, elected to bat first. No surprises there. Are you surprised with the playing? Oh, so by the way, if you don't know where Praatib's outside with the whiteboard. We will get into him not get into him. We'll get
I had
to
a very
him.
nice joke, but let's just say it got lost.
Yeah.
In so it's
We'll
okay.
get to him very soon with matchups and everything that he wants to talk about. But before that, what do you think about India's playing 11?
Very pleasantly surprised. I mean, we've been talking for donkey's years now that, you know what, Yastika Bhatia is probably not the greatest of options for India right now at number 3, based on how the rest of their batting lineup stacks up. So, yeah, very proactive from them, which is not usually what you associate the Indian women's team with. So, surprised with that. Also surprised with the fact that they opted to bat first. Once again, really proactive, very smart on their part. 2 games happened so far in Birmingham, the tournament opener. England won that. And then, of course, the game earlier today, Netherlands versus Bangladesh, that was also won by the team. I mean, that was won by the chasing team, but you could see what exactly panned out there. So, happy with it. They've gone ahead with 3 spinners, which in all likelihood means Patil's also in the 11.
That is true. So before we go to Pratibh, let's talk about India's playing 11. So it's Priti Mandana, Shefali Verma, no surprise. Of course, Jemmy at number 3. I'm so happy she's at number 3. Harmanpreet Kaur, Bharti Fulmali, Richa Ghosh, Deepti Sharma, Arundhati Reddy, Kranti Gaur, Sri Charani, and yeah, Shriyanka Patil.
Oh, I'm also surprised they've gone ahead with Kranti over Renuka.
Renuka Singh Thakur, she's dropped. Yeah, it didn't even hit me until your reaction.
Interesting.
But yes, let's go to Pratibh before we talk about whatever we have to talk about. Oh, he's not there.
Yeah.
Am I here, lads? Yeah. Awesome, cool. So, I mean, you would have heard a bunch from them, and I'm actually very surprised about the Renuka Singh Thakur not being there. But firstly, India is going to be batting. Something you need to keep in mind is that Birmingham is one of the better pitches. At least that's how the tournament has begun. England getting more than 200 there. The average score in the last couple of years in T20s has been 163. I'm hoping you can see this. Now, my eyes, at least in the first 6 overs in the power play, is going to be on how Smriti Mandhana goes. A couple of reasons for this. She hasn't particularly been amongst the runs. In terms of matchups that we can look forward to, Pakistan very likely are going to be starting with Fatima Sana as well as Sadia Iqbal or one of their other medium pacers in Diana Begg. Now, if that is the case, especially if there is a scenario where they start off with Sadia Iqbal's left-arm orthodox, I think that is a great chance for Smriti Mandhana to just sort of take the attack to the opposition and set the tone early. It's a good batting pitch, and so that's something that we'll have to keep in mind. Now, apart from that, it is a really good pitch, as I already mentioned earlier as well. And so just expect a lot of runs. This is a surface where you want to bat first, especially in a game like this. I know it's India-Pakistan. There's not going to be it's not going to be much of a competition, but there's still going to be those nerves considering how it's been marketed and everything. So this is a great opportunity for India to be able to go out and apply pressure right from the get-go. Back to the folks at the comm box.
We are back at it, lads. Those 14 viewers that are there on the live, hit that like button. Make sure the stream is pushed out to more people, and you guys can chat. So put your comments down, thoughts on the chat, and we will of course address it. We are here for a long while. Every 5 overs, you'll see a switch in commentary. We will also have a numbers breakdown, which is also why you saw that other camera angle. So we'll have a lot of things going on in the next whatever hours, but we'll also have a lot of fun. Yeah, you want to talk about Pakistan's 11, Akshay?
Yeah, I mean, happy with their 11 to Tasmia Rubab. That's the name that excites me the most. Does not come in with a lot of experience, but she's a left-arm pacer, and that's something I believe is a bit of a differential, especially in women's cricket because of how rare a commodity it is.
True.
And you've seen multiple teams actually deploy that this season or this edition. You've seen Rachel Slater for Scotland. You've also seen Bee Ealing for New Zealand. You've seen Freya Kemp for England. And also Fariha Trishna earlier today for Bangladesh. So I think Pakistan have caught on to that. She's played just the 2 T20s, if I'm not before the
Right.
World Cup. She's been with the squad for a fair bit now. She was also part of the squad of the 2024 T20 World Cup as well. That's one name I'll be keeping a keen eye on, because her versus Smriti and Shefali will be interesting to see. Not too bad when it comes to pace. Love her action too. Very
Oh,
smooth
yeah,
run up.
yeah.
So nice to see that. Apart from that, a fairly settled 11, I would say, in terms of no surprises there. Openers are Gul Firoza along with. Wait, why am I blanking out on Muniba Ali's name? Of course, their full-time keeper. Then they've got Aisha Zafar at number 3. They've, of course, got what else have they got? They've got Ramin Shamim, they've got Alia Riaz, they've got Iman Fatima, Fatima Sana, and or then bowlers.
Yeah.
Sadia Iqbal.
You guys know that I'm bad with names, which is also why I'm hesitating. It's either Praatibh or Akshay going to do the name work. So I'm just putting it out there. Pakistan in the World Cups haven't had the best of times. They've only won 9 matches out of 36 matches that they've played in the T20 World Cup. And even against India in World Cups, they've only won 6 out of 2 in totality. Out of 16 games, I want to say India won 13 matches. So head-to-head records and Pakistan in World Cups, not the best out there. I'm just going to bluntly ask you this. As much as, yes, it's another game of cricket. It is a World Cup game. It's India's World Cup game, the first game. Do you think this will be competitive with the records that have been going on in whatever years?
I hope it's competitive. The heart wants it to be competitive. The mind says hell now. Like, unfortunately, when it comes to batting departments in particular, that's where the gulf will be a lot more pronounced. Bowling attacks, I think, don't stack up too badly versus each other. Like, I
Right.
think Pakistan's bowling is their strongest suit. You've got Sadia Iqbal, you've got Nashra Sandhu, Fatima Sana. There's then Ramin Shamim who can add value. Tasmia Rubab, like we spoke about earlier. So there are enough options over there. Diana Beg, of course, we forgot about her too. So enough options who can cause a trouble or two to India. But then India's batting is Demi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah, I was just gonna say that how Smriti and Shefali with the openers and Jemmy. I want to see. I'll be interested to see how Jemmy goes about at number 3, because she didn't play at number 3 in the England series that just went by. There was a lot of rumors talking about how they want Yastika to get those batting opportunities, which, I mean, she did what she did. She was the highest run scorer at the end in that. Even though her strike rates might not be high up there, she did her job. But even in the practice game, Jemmy, oh, she did bat number 3 in the last practice game against England.
Yastika batted in. Right, she against England, she batted number 3, 15 of 17. Came in the power play.
In the warm up games.
yeah.
Oh, then I'm getting something
Okay,
wrong.
I'm guessing you can.
Yeah.
Let
So
me just
it will
correct
be
you.
interesting to see how Jemmy does at number 3 coming back, because she's been the highest run scorer at number 3 for India in the T20 format. She has had one of the highest strike rates in the world. The graph of her strike rates has only been climbing year by year, so that's an improvement that she has made. We know she has all the shots in the book, her famous scoop shot too, but it's her consistency that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people are talking about how she's not as consistent as she should be, and she herself has been talking about that. According to her, she's been consistent enough as compared to the other batters out there. But yeah, it will be interesting. We were also looking at how the Indian batters do batting first. And remarkably so, they do very, very well, especially the top 4, that's Shefali Verma, Smriti Mandana, Jamima Rodrigues, and Harmanpreet Kaur. Their strike rates in the first 20 balls batting first is really up there. All of them striking more than 130, which says something about them batting first, which is also why it wasn't a surprise that them winning the toss and batting first, because you would want your batters to have that confidence. There's people in the chat. Do you want to address the chat, Akshay?
Yeah, let us address the chat. Of course, first up, or at least the most recent comment that I can see is Prakhar Thakur. I really think it's over here.
Yeah.
But let's hope.
I was
Yeah, I get the names and the comments right, but it's okay, all right. बुढ़ा हो गया हो क्या भाई प्रखर भाई
well,
क्या
we
कह रहा है?
have a Ford here.
Oh,
There you
There
go.
you go. Modern
So-
problems require modern solutions.
Yes.
Yeah, in case if anyone thought we're not technologically advanced, we have a phone, guys. We have a phone. Prakhar Thakur, of course, says, I think Renuka and Radha play at place or at the expense of Reddy and Pool. Ooh, interesting.
I would want Reddy to play. I think Reddy may.
Yeah, exactly. Matlab,
Okay, no. You know what? Let's ask you this: if you had to make a change, if you think there should be a change, yes or no, and if you think so, what would that change be?
I wouldn't have Kranti out for sure. And very left field, I would have actually gone at Dinesh Sharma. But at the very least, I would have gone ahead with Renuka Singh Thakur just because of the experience she brings to the table. And importantly, again, she is a class new ball bowler.
True,
I know,
true.
recent form,
No
all
doubt.
aside.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. I think the Renuka Singh Thakur instead of Krantik out would make sense to me. Even Nandini Sharma wouldn't have been a bad shout, especially because it's against Pakistan. You wouldn't want to start off her World Cup campaign against Australia. Like against Pakistan would have been a safer option, quote unquote, safer option.
What also actually goes in her favor is the fact that the game's happening at Edgbaston in
Yeah.
Birmingham. We saw it in the first game as well. Freya Kemp was a lot more effective with her cutters, with her slow ones. Nandini's got a brilliant back of that slow one. I think Edgbaston as a venue would have also suited her. And like you said, of course, Pakistan is a relatively lighter opponent if you're being polite. So I think that would have also helped her just ease into the tournament. So yeah, interesting, very interesting that they've gone ahead with Kranti Gaud, know who in her own right is a fantastic option to have.
True.
So yeah, let's see what happens.
I love
there.
the chat being lively. This is what we need for the next
Yeah.
how many ever hours that we can think of.
Exactly. By the way, I hope I'm getting the pronunciation right because if I'm not, it's a very, very bad cuss word in Kannada. It's Kia Mehta. Let's just call it that way. I hope at least you guys have absolutely no. Okay,
Zero
fine.
clue.
Kia, just correct me if I'm wrong, but Kia asks us who won the toss. India, of course, have won the toss for the uninitiated and they've opted to bat first. Darshan, hello. Asta Starlight says, hopefully a maiden century for Jemmy.
Wow, that's optimistic. Fair. You never know, you never know.
Yep, exactly. Meanwhile, another.
Maiden century.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, no, wait.
The T20,
World
yes.
Cup, maiden
Yeah,
World
okay,
Cup.
fair.
Let's assume that's what
Yeah.
they were trying to say. Jia Ladha, meanwhile, has this for us. Your opinion on Nandini not making into the 11? I spoke about it. What about you?
I think, I would have been surprised if she did, to be honest. I would have gone with Renuka Singh Thakur, but if they did go with her, I think that, like you said in the very beginning, that would have been a very, very proactive decision with Nandini Sharma. Because her first World Cup, going in the first game with her, would have been nice, especially against Pakistan. Like Akshay said, even I said, quote unquote, they're a lighter opposition. They're not the strongest out there. So going with Nandini Sharma wouldn't have been a bad choice, but I'm also not surprised that they haven't gone.
Yeah, and in all fairness, again, credit where it's due. There are only so many proactive
Yeah.
decisions you can expect the team to make. They're not
Yeah,
playing for us. They're actually playing.
They dropped, they dropped Yastika
Yeah.
Bhatia. They chose to bat first.
Yeah, exactly. That's enough. I think, when I say we, I'm just talking about Team India fans. For the uninitiated, I'm only wearing the Indian blue. If you think I'll be backing
Yeah.
the Indian side, I think you'll be in for some entertaining reactions. That's all I'll say.
That is true.
But there's another. Oh, yeah, about Radha Yadav. Meanwhile, Prakhar Thakur has spammed the chat. He goes on to say Radha was batting well with a very good strike rate too, and she's been taking wickets. So Radha Yadav ahead of Bharti Fulmali. What do you?
I am not surprised. The only reason Radha Yadav made it into the squad for me in the entire 15 is because of injuries. The reason she was dropped from the Indian team to begin with is because of how expensive she was and she wasn't getting a lot of wickets. The wickets that she did get was in a completely different format and in a red ball format in the domestic circuit. And even when she was back, sure, she did pick up a lot of wickets, decent amount of wickets in the warm-up games. But you got to take the warm-up games with a pinch of salt because first of all, the intensity is not high up there. You're not playing at 100%, but also the oppositions are trying different things. That would be my take on Radha Yadav not making it. I'm not surprised. I would have been shocked if she. What about?
I think shocked is the right word. I would have also been shocked. And in all fairness, I'm already shocked by the fact that she's a part of the squad. No offense. So I think Radha is a more than decent option to have as part of the squad in general, but based on how or where India had their weaknesses lie. I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but who cares? But yeah, I don't think Radha Yadav should have been a part of the squad in the first place, let alone the playing 11. And I know she hit the winning runs for RCB. I know she didn't do too badly for them with the bat in hand, with the ball in hand, and I know she's an unfielder. Still not very convinced. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with that. We see the players walking out for the national anthems. Of course, we can't hear the national anthem, so which is why we will talk over it in case you're watching the match and watching the watch along, just so you're aware of what the situation is like and what's going on. But yes, if you have joined the live if you have newly joined the live is what I meant to say, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. If you don't know who he is, he's Akshay. Of course, you know who he is. But if you don't know his new channel, he's Women's Cricket Central. And if you haven't subscribed to that, go down to our description. It's right there in the links. So like, share, subscribe, and all of that. So we only talk about Indian cricket. He talks about every team and has a whole breakdown. He already has 2 series up, an hour long each. So if you have missed out on the World Cup matches that have gone by and you want to know about strengths and weaknesses, watch out for his video.
Yep. If you need anyone to yap on women's cricket, I'm your guy, of
Yeah,
course.
he is
Meanwhile,
actually.
Pranjal has another question for us. Do you guys think that if Deepti isn't able to perform with the ball, we'll see Radha in place of her?
That's a very interesting take. I don't think so. I feel like Harmanpreet has this soft corner for Deepti Sharma. I feel like even if Deepti doesn't perform in the first few games, they will take her along the entire way regardless. Also because this might be a last Maybe not
Vimal's or
actually.
Deepti?
Deepti's, but even maybe not.
Oh.
That's I'm
Someone
not-
clip this and make this go viral and
I'm
just
not-
edit the left side of the
in the
screen. How
in
was
the
it here? I
in
don't
the
know.
T20 format is what I meant to say. She might play a couple more ODI World Cups possibly, but in the
She's
T20
very
format,
young.
no, I know she's got
So,
28. She's
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
28. Yeah, but I in my head there are better options for the T20 format.
You don't need to convince me. I'm there. I've already moved past Deepti Sharma in my
I
head.
don't
but yeah.
dislike her. We have already made a reel, so many reels about how she's one of the best all rounders, but a lot of things with that. But
But
yeah.
good job reach baiting Ashwin there. Pranjal, I appreciated that. That's exactly what we need more of. Meanwhile, let's see any other questions. Deepti is always a part of the team, says Prakhar. Pranay, meanwhile, says that's a lot of peace. Pranjal, Prakhar, Pranay, like that's
That's true.
interesting.
Yeah.
क्या लिखा है भाई बस्कर भाई कितनी बार राधा के बारे में पूछेगा बोल दिया ना says Pranay of course it's okay it's all right I get it someone sarcastic but Prakhar we did speak about Radha so you don't have to bring that up again and again
Yeah, in case you guys spam, there'll be consequences.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there.
Right. Okay, our man continues to spam. I guess he doesn't care about the consequences. But Darshan says, glad Shriyanka and Charni are playing together. Yeah, that's very important, right? Having both Shriyanka and Charni as part of the setup, given how the pace attack has performed or not performed.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I was going to ask you, what do you think about the combination between Sri Charani and Shanka Patil? Both two of the highest wicket takers for India this year.
Fantastic, fantastic. Very happy. Both have easily been the most prolific spinners for Team India in the recent past. Importantly, can bowl across phases, have it in them to also, sort of rely on their variations importantly. And that's where I think Deepti has sort of been left behind, where I don't see her trying too many things. Be it with the angles, be it with, speed variation, be it with going around the wicket, even things as simple as that. You don't see it as often with Deepti as you would say with Shriyanka. Sri Chani maybe not so much, but again, Sri Chani is someone who gets to spin the ball or gets the ball to turn at a very
Yep.
that's proper X Factor stuff.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you what makes them so different. I agree with that. I think Deepti Sharma, I don't blame her. She's been playing cricket for so many years. I think she's boxed herself in a sense where she does one thing because it's been successful. But unfortunately, the game's moved on. And I don't think she has as of yet. Before I said anything out there before. But yes, she might have.
It's one of those classic cases of just complacency creeping in, I guess. Again, this is
Assumption,
us,
yeah.
speculating at this point in time. You're not necessarily dissecting what's gone wrong. We'll also do that in due course.
True.
But right now, yeah, I agree with you. It's just, the way she bats, if Deepti is coming, she's only going to sweep herself out of misery. That's all she's going to do. So as long as you've got your deep square and deep mid sorted and you just take it well outside the off stump, she'll either give you her wicket or she'll just consume a lot of deliveries with the ball in hand. Once again, we saw it in the South Africa series. In fact, I'd spoken then about how she has the second worst bowling strike rate in 2026 of any bowler who's bowled at least 10 overs. Any bowler.
Wow, I did not know
Second
that.
worst being Darcy Brown, who's picked up 0 wickets, and she isn't part of the Australian squad. And Deepti Sharma is playing here. That's all I'll have to say.
Well, and I thought I was giving the slander away. Anyways, we see the players walking out on the field. The Pakistan fielders are right out there. Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandana in the boundary line, warming up and running in. Who do you think takes strike?
Oh, Shefali, I guess.
Hopefully. Shefali this year has been horrific in the power plays. It's been the worst in a T20 career so far, getting out most times in the power play this year than any other year. Even her strike rate isn't up there. Her average in the power play isn't up there. Usually, last year, since the last T20 World Cup, including all those matches where she did fail, she has an average of more than 40 in the power play with a strike rate of more than 135 is what I want to say, which are good numbers if she's giving her the start, except this year she really hasn't given India the start needed. Hopefully there is a bit of change. And even with Smriti, I hope there's a lot of
Let's
change.
see. Meanwhile, female cricketers has asked us to make some predictions about the game, apart from, of course, the result itself. I think that's a very obvious prediction. Let's come up with something spicier.
So Akshay, you need to know something about me. I don't make predictions on this channel. There's
Oh.
Praatibh who does it. We call it PP.
Oh.
Praatibh prediction. So now we have AP. Akshay's prediction. So if you do want to make predictions, go ahead. The first ball is right around the corner. Go on, make a prediction.
I'm just trying to think, should I go extremely left field and just say India to lose?
Oh, I mean,
I'm not. I'm
okay,
not.
okay. I'll ask you. Who do you think is going to be more successful this game in terms of all rounders? Name me an all rounder across both teams.
I'll go with Fatima.
That's a fair shout.
Have to go with Fatima. And I think Smriti. Yeah, I think Smriti will be the highest run scorer.
This game, no way. Either India is going to do really, really well, or we're just going to do very badly with Smriti being the highest scorer, because that's how she goes.
I mean, it's based on the assumption that my prediction will come
Okay,
true,
right.
and it's a prediction. It's unfortunately I have no Nostradamus or Paul the Octopus. World Cup.
Wow, what a ref! Didn't he?
Did he?
I don't know. Maybe he did. I'm not too
R.I.P.
sure. Yeah, I
Paul.
think he passed away. But
It's
what
Sadia Iqbal. Yes, I like this.
Sadia Iqbal, interestingly, I was going to say she has a fantastic for a left arm spinner. She has a fantastic She has fantastic
Against-
numbers against left hand batters, which is also why I feel like this will be a very, very interesting contest between her and Smriti Mandana.
And with Smriti also, we've seen that versus Lindsay Smith, which is the kind of bowler even Sadia Iqbal is, drifts the ball. Oh my word! Shefali in the slot, and of course, that's a sixer first up.
What a start to the T20 campaign for India. Almost like an inside-out shot, but over mid-off.
I mean,
For
she
a
was,
six.
oh boy, she was expecting the ball to dart, and apologies
Yeah.
for cutting
No,
you
no,
off there, but. Oh my word, that's a shot and a half there, man. Well done. First up to be able to play that shot, it takes a lot of confidence. Oh, wow.
Oh, love that strike. Cleared a front leg, to be fair. That was a beautiful shot. To be fair, it was in the slot. But to be able to do that in the first ball, she cleared a front leg. Complete stride. Oh, I love
Proper.
this.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love Shefali when she.
And excellent visuals. They got the angle
Yeah,
bang on there.
yeah.
Lovely stuff. Second ball, I think Sadia does well. She bowls it a lot more fuller. Does not give Shefali, any sort of leverage to get underneath the ball. So well done there. But the ball hasn't really darted in as much as she would have wanted.
Ooh. That's the kind of shot you play when you hit the third ball, like moving down leg just to throw your
Fair,
bat
fair.
at it is confidence. But again, I think Sadia is mixing up her pace quite well. The first ball was much slower than the third ball.
They have a deep square and a long on in place. So. Ooh. Okay, the ball. Not bad, not bad.
She's mixing up her pace quite well.
Yeah.
Well,
A very
83
crafty
kilometers.
spin.
Yeah.
And she was world number one for a very long time. I want to believe Sadia is still the world number one T20 bowler. I think Praatibh can confirm
She's
that.
the highest wicket taker for Pakistan. No surprises there. And since the last T20 World Cup, she's an economy of less than 6.5. She's insanely economical as a bowler and takes wickets.
Jordan, and is that a wicket? Oh my word! She gets her woman there.
Oh no!
First over.
It was such a nothing shot, but I think it was
Yeah.
much quicker than expected. A shot of
Shorter.
good length delivery.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Shefali goes back to cut the ball, she makes room for herself down leg and then gets an outside edge. Look at those fans cheering Pakistan.
I think what's happened here is Shefali had premeditated that inside.
Oh,
out
that
shot
was an
into
arm
the-
ball.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
once
a
again,
beautiful
yeah.
ball. All right.
Okay.
Sorry for cutting you off. That
No,
was
no, no
a
worries.
beautiful arm ball. Praatibh behind the scenes would enjoy that ball quite a bit. No wonder it was much quicker than expected. No wonder there was an extra bounce.
Yeah.
Well,
And that was actually not as short as I thought
Yeah,
it was.
true,
This
true.
was more like length in terms of where it was like 4 to 6 meter length.
yeah.
And what I felt happened there was Shefali had premeditated that inside out shot. She was expecting the ball to be fuller. It was just a tad bit shorter. She still decided to go through with that shot, and maybe that last minute adjustment of just playing it a bit more square, I don't think helped her cause. But her feet was nowhere like usual.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say something Shefali's been doing this year. I've seen a lot of footage of her, especially against spinners. Every third ball and third and fourth ball, she goes down the leg to make room outside of. I get that it's her strength,
Yeah.
but I feel like if I know this, I'm sure the bowlers and the team and the oppositions know. So,
You would want to believe at least, or kuch nahi to India's analysts know this, so that they at least communicate this to Shefali.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's a teammate, it's a Delhi Capitals teammate.
ooh, that was strained
Yeah,
down the leg.
replacing her there. That's a wide first stop to Jemmy by Sadia Iqbal. But a successful over so far already. The big wicket of Shefali Verma. There was a bit of extra bounce there as
Yeah,
well.
but that was a wild swing. That was a
Yeah,
nothing shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing short.
What a first over for India's campaign. There's a six, there's a wicket. The last ball of the over.
Oh, bold, yaar. Well
Leading
bowled.
edge. Oh, slowed it 77 kilometers per hour. Oh, slowed it so much, giving it a lot of air. Jemmy plays a cross line to get a leading edge, but lands safely. Do you want to get the chat for a bit? I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
I can't read
No, the
it.
chat is going bonkers about Shefali's because they all are very disappointed. Pranay also goes on to say, This is why. This is exactly why I told Yasika would excel in great partnerships at one down. Of course, Pranay. Of course. And I mean, hindsight is such a lovely teacher, right? Like,
Yeah.
how else do we put
Yeah.
this?
By the way, that's 1 over done. Score is 7-1. You see the scoreboard down there. What an upgrade. Think about that. We have it all going on. By the way, Praatibh will show up. Okay, I'll get on with my life, and Praatibh will come after 5 overs. So it's not just gonna be both of us. But yeah, what a first over.
Very eventful.
While walking in, we spoke about Shafali in the power. My God, it doesn't even last an over.
But happy for Sadia Iqbal once again. We
Yeah.
spoke about her craft, and I think she was very good. Not only the darters, it was also the fact that she weighted the pace and that length was the wicket taking delivery. She just shortened her length. I want to believe it was intentional. She probably knew that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. The arm ball going in, cramping up for room, 100%
well
intentional.
done,
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done. So
She
very well
averages less than 15 against the right handers. Again, insane numbers when you look at it. When I was going through her numbers, right, Fatima Sana bowling to Smriti Mandana, because
that was a bad ball to begin with, but okay.
yeah, but to be fair, I also think if it's a short ball, Smriti likes a bit of pace
Yeah,
to work
yeah,
with
yeah.
it. She doesn't like to really hit the ball hard. The pull shot,
Very slow.
108.
It looks slower than that, to be honest.
Either that or just the pitch has no pace at all.
Fair,
Either
fair.
or. But Smriti off the mark, that's good to see that she takes a single. Good to see from India's end. I don't know what Akshay has to say, but she takes a single, gets to the non-strikers, and Jemmy still to get off the mark. How do you think Jemmy will go about this inning? She's always, I mean, as a number 3, you either come in the first over or come after the power play. How do you think Jemmy is going to go about this in?
I think nothing. Anything is, I mean, to sound very cliche, but first of all, they'll have to assess the surface. I don't think they've done that yet. So they'll take a bit of time, first couple of overs. But one thing that'll go in their favor is the fact that Fatima has not been in.
True.
So even the first ball that she bowled to Smriti wasn't the greatest of deliveries. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Devon.
I love that. I love the.
Again, these are all fairly drivable deliveries,
True,
fairly
true.
hittable deliveries.
Yeah.
So she will give India enough opportunities to sort of go after her. It's about these batters just assessing the surface quickly and sort of adapting to it and just trusting themselves to come good on it. I don't see a lot of pace, a lot of bounce so far based on what we've seen in the couple of deliveries.
No swing as well.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, at least in the second ball. The first ball. you
Sadia
couldn't
Iqbal
really
also,
tell.
we didn't see a lot of
Yeah.
inward movement, so that's also something to keep in mind. This is definitely not the surface as the England Sri Lanka one. So in case if you're thinking that we can,
As in, it's a different pitch altogether. Like they're
exactly.
not playing on the same pitch.
Exactly. Oh my word! Okay.
Again,
interesting.
Jemmy making room for herself down leg. There's something about these Indian batters making room down the leg.
But
side.
I like the fact that she brought Muniba up.
Yeah, because she just stepped down the last ball.
He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
have that tendency in general,
Yep.
so well done.
She loves space
Yeah.
on the bat. Fatima Sana, by the way, if you guys don't already know, the second highest wicket taker since the last ODI World Cup, except since the last T20 World Cup, except in the last 2 games that she did play, she didn't get a single wicket and was quite expensive. So she, like Akshay said, she's coming in with a lot of form. That being said, she's still the 24-year-old captain for Pakistan. That's a
Well
good ball.
I think much Jemmy could have.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Just 8 runs of the first 10 deliveries. I want to see how Pakistan try to close this over out. Because once again, in the power play after this, it's only dynamic. That's the
True.
other option that in all likelihood will go to at some point in time. So, yeah, they would want Fatima and Sadia to sort of strike as much as possible in the first few overs. They've already done a good job getting one of their openers.
That's true.
Let's see. Meanwhile,
I want to see the tempo in which Jemmy goes about playing, because when there is no pace on the pitch, both of these batters struggle quite a bit because they don't really force their way into a shot. That is
Oh my word, she had
Ooh.
all the time in the world and she's
Not the biggest surprise that Jemima has the best non-boundary strike rate in the team.
that's true.
But yeah, but that was quite a risky single there. I mean, it's only Jemmy who would go for it. But yeah, it will be interesting. What do you think? I mean, I find this quite interesting. Whenever there is no pace on the pitch, both of these batters struggle a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
because
yeah,
they don't force their way into a.
Yeah. They're not able to generate that power. Well done, Jimmy was in the crease, and I think it was Sadia Iqbal there at mid on.
Oh,
She took a lot of time.
yeah.
She took a lot of time to release the ball. Not sure why. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Both these batters, they're not like Richa, Harman, Bharti, who are the next batters to come. In that they don't force. Yeah.
See again, I mean, think about the field, right? I'm assuming there's one deep square leg, and I don't think anyone else on the leg side.
Deep square and For Smriti, they had a long on. For Jemmy, they had a deep
Right,
square
so
and someone behind. Ah,
deep
deep third
third
for
and
Jemmy. Okay.
for Smriti.
Smriti, deep square and long on.
Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. A short ball with a long on and a deep square, you get that to a boundary 8 time out of if you're forcing a shot, especially in the power play. And she's not able to do that. It's not a criticism. It's just the style of
Yeah.
which she goes about batting.
And one thing, once again, I'll say is because she's only faced a couple of deliveries, they would
Yeah.
still want to assess the pace to know, what to expect. So right now, they probably are, or they probably came into the game thinking that there would be a lot more pace and
True,
bounce.
true.
Now they'll have to adapt to what's in front of them. So I'll probably give them a few more deliveries before I expect them to start attacking. What I will say is, Demi did get a couple of very drivable
Yeah,
deliveries.
which-
Those, yeah, that's bread and butter for her. So I
Yeah.
was a tad bit surprised those weren't dismissed for boundaries. Meanwhile, Siddharth Suresh has asked us, Pratika Rawal better than Shafali Verma as an opener?
Absolutely not. The fact that she hasn't played a single WPL game says something.
I agree with you. I mean, there's nothing more to be said.
Sorry. I was so
No,
blunt with it.
yeah, that's.
I apologize.
I completely agree. No, I think I would have probably said that verbatim myself because, yeah, Pratika, in all fairness, I don't think she should be part of the ODI setup.
Wow.
There you go. I said something even more blasphemous just for Ashwin. Say, oh, doesn't connect it, but. Oh, man. Abey, yaar, kya?
The reactions from Akshay I absolutely love. But Smriti plays a slog sweep. Not a surprise that's a getaway shot to any kind of spinner. Didn't time it like Akshay said. And yeah, the long on fielder.
Alia
It's just-
Riaz, oh my
right.
goodness, she ran. First of all, she was very slow off the blocks. She
Yeah.
ran slowly. She was very ginger, and then the dive. Oh my god!
Do you remember she did the same thing in the ODI World Cup against India? If you remember, did the same thing.
I actually could be the case. Not surprised, but oh, and also by the way, the outfield also seems a bit
with
sluggish,
yeah.
which is what we saw even in the Sri Lanka England
Right.
game. Even earlier today, the
But
outfield.
but I don't think it rained after that, which
Yeah.
which is what surprises me. I thought, I mean, I wouldn't know, but Smriti got a boundary off. That's a
Yeah, that's true, and that's another boundary. for
oh that
sure.
what a
Well driven,
beautiful
well done.
drive, getting the feet to the pitch of the ball, which is what you would like to see with Smriti, and getting that off between mid off and covers for a beautiful boundary again. So Smriti getting 2 boundaries off Sadia is a good sign. Again, as much as Sadia is successful against the left-hander, she is a little more expensive against the left-handers. No surprises there. Left arm to left arm, you would just think of that.
Meanwhile, Jia Ladda, late realization, but she says, I'm assuming it's a she. Wait, is Akshay supporting Pakistan? I'm just supporting good cricket. In fact, I have a t-shirt. I should have probably worn that says, I want both teams cricket to win. That's
Fair.
me every watch along.
Oh, Smriti being a little watchful there. I would say that was a hittable line and length, but she plays a defense. Maybe because she got 2 boundaries off this over, she doesn't want to take more risk. But you see this with Smriti quite often. I won't be surprised if this is an attacking shot only because she played a defense. Fair.
Too full
Yeah,
there.
too
Oh
full.
my word.
My
Who's
God.
that fielder at cover? Like, this
Fair.
is one of those EA cricket where you just press the dive button and you like, why? There was no reason.
3 overs done. That's 18 for 1. Economy. Run rate 6 runs per over. It's not the kind of start you would expect from the Indian team, but you have batters coming up. Smriti and Jemmy going at it. Hopefully by the end of the 6th over, there's a lot to come. You guys should know every 5 overs we will rotate. There's also a dynamic camera stuff, so there'll be numbers breakdown. There'll be a technical breakdown. There's a lot of things we can possibly talk about. But yes, we could possibly do a Shafali technical break. But I could think of something. Possibly. But yeah, how are you okay with this if you were the Indian team management? I mean, Pakistan would be very, very happy right now.
About the start or
Yeah, about the start. Yeah. 18 for 1 and 3.
It's all right. I mean, because like, oh, there's Tasmia Rubab. I completely forgot about her. Of course, she will be bowling. It's all right. I mean, I don't think like Pakistan would definitely be very
Yeah.
happy. I don't think they've let India run away with the game. Like we said up top, India's batting sort of department is much. Oh, short, yaar. Straight to mid on. Oh my, Jemmy, kahan bhag rahi hai, behan? Matlab, I have no clue. Like what? No,
I mean, you know what? I'll tell you this. I don't mind that. If Smriti can say no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Jemmy trying to run instead of not running
see,
at
if
all.
Jemmy is with say Harman, fine. Smriti doesn't try.
Yes.
She's not one of those who's exactly known for ability to convert 1-0. She wasn't there. She was never going to say yes. And of all people, you would imagine Jenny knows that Smriti doesn't. And why? Why bother?
It's true. On,
Much better. Catch that, please, Tasmia. Yo! Oh my God! She catches. Yes. So Natalia Perez, you had us there.
that was an absolute ridiculous shot from
Yeah.
Jemmy. That was absolutely nothing. I, I can't believe what just went about. That cannot explain it to you. Completely across the
yeah,
line.
exactly.
The
Not
ball
sure.
was going outside the off stump to a left arm pacer. You don't play that shot any day of the week, regardless of which over you're batting.
Seema.
Oh, that
I'm
was
not sure. That first ball she played towards mid-on was a good shot. She could have just played it straight batted. Oh,
You know-
my word, okay. She's done well. She's done well to recover from that, I'll have to say.
We could make a compilation on Akshay's like ball reactions, but you know what? It's a lot of things, right? It's a lot of her playing good shots and not getting any runs with it. Her being 1 of 6. Her knowing the fact that
Yeah.
it's 18 in more than 3 overs now, and her, but still, like I mean, she's experienced enough to not play across the line. You think? Again, I don't know what it is. I was going to say, do you think it's the pressure? But that's just stinks.
I think it was his shot selection, man. She could have tried driving it past cover. She could have tried sort of either guiding it past third man or the short third, or she could have tried to just drive it straight down the ground. Not sure why she chose that option, but like you said, maybe it was the fact that she just wanted to break the shackles. She'd not been able to sort of, hit a lot of bounties at least, or even hit something to the outfield. What she scored 1 run. And I think that was also a bit of a like within the circle itself. I
And
don't
that was a
think-
quick single.
Yeah,
to her
exactly.
diving in non-striker. and-
So yeah, I understand. I mean, you know what? You want to sort of break the shackles, but yeah, the shot selection was extremely poor there, especially from someone who is supposed to be the fulcrum of your batting order. So that's a bit sad. Big wicket for Tasmia Rubab and Pakistan. Yeah, all I can say is I spoke about Tasmia and Sadia. Guess who took their first 2 wickets?
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed with that. I'll break the Jemmy
Yeah.
wicket down, by the way, after.
Go on attempted. No,
Well, Harman gets an easy single.
There's
that-
100 clicks. I thought it looped up in case. Yes.
So one of the things right. So now that we are looking at Jemmy's dismissal, one of the easiest way to know if a batter is playing across the line is looking at the front elbow. If your front elbow collapses or like falls to your left, if you're a right-hand batter, when you watch the replay, you'll understand. That's when you know you're playing across the line. Also, when the bat face is going towards the leg side and you're losing shape, right? Her playing that shot, she lost shape completely. There was nothing to it. It's a disappointing shot. I understand why she did it. If the shot execution was fine, but she got out, I understand that. It's just a bad shot to play, and you don't expect that from, like Akshay said. Like Praatibh from the behind the scenes said, very uncharacteristic of Jemmy one of these. Well, Smriti faces a 9 delivery, plays a very lazy shot, is what I want to. This almost seems like the problem, right? Bowl 100 clicks at Smriti. You know she's not going to really destroy the batting until she's settled. Problem with this is you don't want the game to be too far gone by the time Smriti is settled. To be fair, Smriti's first inning average and strike rate since the last T20 World Cup is extraordinary. She strikes at more than 150.
Ooh, since
First-
2024. Like,
Yeah,
since
October
Oh!
14, 2024. Ball
That
jab back
scene
in.
back in, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Very
Interesting.
interesting.
I
You
think
think
that's the first ball that we've seen
Yeah.
off
Ooh,
the
yeah.
surface.
True. Anything off the chat that you find interesting?
Can we hope for more guests? Asks the Chashmish studio. The likes of Combox, Deepak sir, or Indian cricket crowd. Who's
Oh, Indian cricket crowd is actually. Oh, we should shout him out. Go check out his Instagram. He's nice.
Sure.
The only thing is, we want to do this in person. So Akshay is not a guest anymore. He's the host. He's the co-host. Praatibh and I.
वेले बैठे हैं भाई, वेले, बस.
So we three of us will be here throughout. Hopefully, if we can get guests in Bangalore, we can possibly bring them along for the World Cup. But yes, that's 4 overs done. 20 for 2. That's economy of 5. Yeah, economy of
Excellent
5.
start. Now we can say it's an excellent.
That's
But
true.
yeah, there's still 2 overs left, so rest assured, India can still sort of score 20-25 runs of the last overs. If you want to be optimistic, you
Yeah,
can
no,
be.
true. No, Praatib's just. After this over, we will take a short break. We will have rotation of commentators. One commentator actually. Praatib will come. I'll go. But yeah.
While I'm assuming that Mr. Vishal wants us play the game or watch or display because he says, "अरे भाई हम लोग को भी दिखाएगा कि नहीं दिखा सकते
Yeah.
हमारे चेहरे देख लो हमारे सुंदर खूबसूरत नाइटी चेहरे देख
If we could show it, we would show it. No? There's a
that
reason.
sounds so wrong
I
out
mean,
of context if we could show it we would
let's
show it.
shove him into the attack. Shove him into the attack against Smriti. Smriti against the off spinners has improved in the last couple of years, except her strike rate over the years has come down. Last year it was 120. This year is just 100, which means she does isn't able to score a lot of runs, except she hasn't gotten out against the off spinners.
But
this
again,
year.
it's a very smooth
Oh,
sweep set. That should be a
that's
4, but the
so
outfield.
What was quite slow.
Oh,
Well, well, she helps the ball go to the boundary. Priti playing the sweep shot is very surprising to me because it's
Scares
almost
you?
like it's almost like a last option. It's not her best shot.
Yeah.
Technically, it's all over the place because
not comfortable.
I mean, to be fair, her head in this is in the right position, but I was going to say her head almost is never in the right position while playing the sweep shot. But
Also about the off spinners bit, he struggles against a very specific kind of off spinners who bowl quickly. So
Right.
Ash Gardner is someone who darts it in, bowls quicker. Even Haley Matthews, when she darts it in, is when Smriti tends to struggle. Ramin Shamim is more of your late 70s the bowler. So I wouldn't think Smriti would struggle versus her, and by that I mean would give her wicket away.
Oh.
She still plays bats very slowly versus off spin across speed. Meanwhile, we have the physio out there. I think her knee got stuck in. Oh yeah, her knee gets stuck in there. The outfield's bad, man. I can't. Again, like, I'm sorry about this rant, and I know it's very early and it's probably even
No,
a bit
no, go on.
unwarranted, but like, I wonder. I feel like asking ICC, like, had this been a men's World Cup, would the outfields be like this? Like, what is this?
that's true.
Why are knees getting stuck in on day 3 of the World Cup? It's not even like we're at the end of the tournament or something. Bhai.
Oh, there you go. Finally, Smriti puts away a bad ball. Very short ball. Smriti uses her power, which is what you want to see. You want to see her use her strength more than her timing sometimes. And that's what she does. A second boundary of the over, second consecutive boundary. She's gotten 4 boundaries this inning so far. I mean, she's 19 of 13. You could possibly talk about a strike rate, but you can also see India's position. But a very short ball, a bad ball. And
Very
Smriti,
bad ball. The line was wrong. And in all fairness, I know this might sound as if I'm also speaking in that, but my first thought when I saw Ramin Shamim coming in was why?
Fair.
Sadia had done not too badly. Why not just give her another over? Fatima itself could have continued. Like, what was the reason to bring in Shamim here? Not too sure, but I mean, testing, I guess. Runs alright.
Again, you know what? There's this narrative that I'm very critical of Smriti. It's because Smriti puts herself high up there. You know the ball after where they just don't you think she could have put that away? Like a good length delivery, right arm off spinner, the ball is not at all, only 2 fielders outside.
It's like in the last over, when she hit Sadia Iqbal for a couple of bounces, probably had decided, you know what? Kota
Is-
khatam. Let's not chill. Let's not.
I mean, but yeah, to be fair, a boundary and a single, so no dot balls there.
Sunny Ji at least would.
That is that
You could
very,
say
very
that.
good reference there.
Yeah.
Yes. Harmanpreet Kaur takes an easy single once again. She's doing a job, 2 of 3. No real tensions. Last ball before we take a short break, before you see Pratt Cat in front of the camera.
Meanwhile, predictions. People were asking us, how much do you think can India score from here? What's power? What do you think is power on this?
I would say 140. Fair, I guess. I mean, it seems very optimistic with how India's bowling lineup is. But yes, that's 5 overs done, 30 for 2. We will take a short break and we will come back right when the over begins.
All right, and we
Awesome.
are back on.
We are back.
Oi!
Ooh, getting a little bit of movement there,
Yeah,
something we
yeah.
haven't seen so far. There was
That's
a
true.
little bit of seam last over.
And this, I think, also moved away, swerved away in
Yeah,
the air. This
yeah.
wasn't just off the surface.
Exactly. It was swing.
Yeah, it was in the air. Oh, wow. Interesting. And very late. Not off the surface,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
fact, just in the
The air.
Very interesting. Of course, we've got Praatibh joining us. Hello,
Hello.
Praatibh. New to the channel, I guess.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing.
Been a while, about 3-4 years now.
That's it.
Awesome. India is in such a horrible position right now. This is not what I was envisioning, especially when I did my statistical breakdown.
Oh my
it is
word.
a no ball. Of course
Oh
it
my
is.
word. Fatima.
Maybe, just maybe this is the reprieve that India need. Hopefully,
It's touch and go, to be
That is
honest.
very
but
touch
okay,
and
fair.
go,
It's more,
yeah.
it's more go than touch. So uh, free hit time. Let's see. What does Fatima Sana do importantly for India? What does Harmanpreet Kaur do over here?
he's going to hit this inside
Not
out over
darling,
covers.
Oh,
that's a
bold,
good
yaar.
ball.
Hey, well executed. Well executed. Done. While my mom asks me to share the link. So, well.
It's a very.
Oh, my
somebody's
mom's
phone
calling
rang.
me as well. Wow. Wow. How keen. Yeah. Uh, okay.
Ashwin is asking for sensitive credentials
Exactly.
on the live stream.
I almost instinctively even said it out loud. I was like, oh, wait. I don't think I should. So, wait.
All right. So, I think the only thing that's positive for me so far is Smriti holding herself batting through the power play. I hope she doesn't get out just as I say that. But they'll sneak a quick single that's well fielded at mid off.
Well done. Well done,
Little
Sadia.
bit of movement there.
Man, 1 second. Why isn't Tasmia Rubab continuing? I hope it's a change of ends. There's no other reason
Possibly,
that I'll agree
yeah.
with. Like, why isn't Tasmia bowling this over?
Even Sadia Iqbal not getting an extra over was a little surprising to me. I think they could have pressed on the accelerator and attacked a little more.
I know some of them here mentioned ki, off spinner, Smriti, and that's why. But again, like we said, and I'm pretty sure even these understand, it's not like Smriti ko off spinner dal do to wicket mil hi jayega. It's a very specific kind of an off spinner. And if you're going to bowl short and on the leg stump, I don't think so. Yeah, Smriti is
Might as
Smriti at
well
the
not.
end of the day. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jia says, Akshay's voice is breaking up a bit. All right, I hope. That's fine. All right, it's been fixed. Thank you so much. Angad Bir Singh, meanwhile, asks us, what should India's target be from here? Yeah, I asked Ashwin, what do you think is far over here? He mentioned with it.
So I think based on historical numbers, at least in T20 in the last couple of years, it has been around that 160 mark. The England game was on a different pitch; they got 200. But seeing how the pitch is playing today, I think it might be settling down now a little bit, so India can sort of reassess. If they hadn't lost these 2 wickets, and even if they were the same score, I would have given them something like 160, 170. But now, if they get there, I'll be a little surprised. Having said that, even the outfield something to think about because
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah,
seem
for
to be
sure.
as straightforward or as just running along the carpet.
I think 160 is still par from here. Anything under 160 and Pakistan should fancy their chances.
Fair.
Yeah, 160 would make it an even Steven contest. I still believe because the second, it doesn't seem like one of those surfaces that is slowing down progressively. I think it'll only get
it's getting
easier to
better
bat.
actually. Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. And
Time will tell.
yeah, it'll be interesting. I want to see what Pakistan does now from here. I'm expecting Nashra Sandhu to bowl the 7th over. That's how
Right.
they usually operate. But because Tasmia Rubab did not bowl this over, I want to believe that's why
Possible.
she was taken off track. So let us see. And we haven't seen Diana Baig, by the way. She's
haven't.
usually the new
Yeah,
ball bowler.
that is
so
true.
we haven't seen her yet. At some point in time, they'll also have to use her.
Yeah.
So yeah. Solid
And that
defense.
the thing with the right arm medium pace up matchup, especially against Smriti, is that she will capitalize on it. That's something to
Yeah.
keep in mind. So that's something they need to watch out for how they're going to use big.
Yeah.
I'm sure there has to be something that they've seen in the pitch and then made this to not bowl big early up. And also, of
True.
course, Sadia Iqbal and the Mandhana matchup is something to think about.
One
yeah.
thing that will definitely take favor is the fact that she's also act a bit from.
Right.
She's someone who can sort of get the ball to seam away from batters, and we already saw that Tasmia Rubab delivery
Yeah.
jar back into Smriti. So that's something to keep an eye out. Who plays it
That is a
obviously, and that's a boundary. That's Smriti.
Slightly risky shot, but I think she's done well there and she'll get the boundary.
Not entirely in control, but yeah, she'll take it. That's a boundary to end the power play. 38 for 2 at the end of the first 6 overs, and the field restrictions will be lifted. Praatibh, power play even Stevens, Pakistan, India, which
I'll give this to Pakistan because I don't think anybody gave Pakistan a chance to get 2 wickets this early into the innings and India just 38 odd. So considering all of that, I think India will be disappointed with how the power play has gone. Having said that, the last 2 overs at least, India's looked a little more fluent. So that's something to keep in mind.
I mean, I did say 20, 25 runs. They scored 18, so there you go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Nostradamus.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi in an ad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man's been getting quite a few ads. I think I saw him in another.
I mean, I read somewhere that he's increased his fee from
Oh.
1 CR to 2 CR or something along those
Oh.
lines. So, yeah,
क्या करेगा यार
exactly.
9 crore के साथ मतलब what do you think does he do? So like
I
what's the
mean,
fanciest like what can he what else
but
can
he'll
he do?
start buying all of that protein milk and all of the.
What's that brand that's come out?
If they sponsor us, we'll tell.
Okay,
Otherwise,
but
I'm not.
what is that name? I want to.
I actually have no idea what you're talking
Oh,
about.
Provillac.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's
Something.
right. Yeah. Was it you who was telling me that? Or was somebody else?
I mean, not me to you at least. I
Hmm.
know I brought it up.
Provillac.
All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Diana isn't playing, right? Says Diksha. Wait, what? Isn't Diana playing? Oh, they're playing Natalia
That would make
Pervez.
sense. That would make a lot more
Oh,
sense.
yeah. Tasmia Rubab is then the second pacer ahead of. My bad then, my bad. Yeah, Diana
Apologies.
Beg isn't playing. That actually makes sense. Apologies. Thank you so much for correcting me, Diksha. That is true. They've got, of course, Nashra Sandhu yet to bowl, who in all likelihood we will see. She usually operates in the post power play phase. She is their defensive option. In the middle overs. So let us see how she goes about her business. A very different kind of a slow left armer compared to Sadia Iqbal, who's your
Yeah.
quintessential T20 left arm offie, who darts it in, who gets the ball to drift in, drift away. Nashra is more of a turner of the ball. She flights it, tries to vary her pace, and that's what she usually does.
More orthodox in her
Yeah,
approach.
exactly. She is very akin to Anuja Kanwar if you want
Fair.
to look for comparisons in terms of her physicality as well. She's not very strong, so she's not very tall. So, which is why she relies on just looping it up and trying to bait batters in the air. So,
Yeah.
yeah, interesting option. Once again, hasn't been amongst the wickets off late, but very defensive option. Someone you can bank on at least to not concede a lot of runs, and which is what India need play.
It is going to be. I'm very curious to see how this next phase goes because the field's going to spread, which means it's not going to be easy boundaries for sure. Harman is all right. I mean, she will look for those quick singles, but Smriti not as much. We also know that she's had a bit of an issue with her non-boundary strike rate itself. In fact, that's something to keep in mind where every time she's played over the years, Smriti's just always struggled apart from getting boundaries. She's not really a good rotator off strike. Having said that, we were looking at her numbers this year around, right? And so far in T20s this year, her non-boundary strike rate has gone up to 61, which for context, Jemmy has a non-boundary strike rate of around 70, 75. So Smriti is actually doing really well as she's worked on her rotation of strike. That's something that's also helped her improve her play against off spin because she's not stuck on one end. What I will be curious to see is if she's able to replicate that and the kind of field settings that we see specifically for Smriti.
Interesting that they've gone
Gone with
ahead with
Shamim.
Ramin Shamim for a second over here. Not sure why. Could be the case that they're just trying to get done with their fifth bowlers quota because they know that's a bit of a sort of blind spot for them. Was it up complete?
That was pretty slow.
60?
Could be to be.
Early 70s at best. It cannot be quicker than that. Done there, of
And I
course.
also think I'm not sure that it might be sitting in the pitch a little. Yeah, that is really slow.
68.5.
That is a slowy.
Incredibly slow.
Yeah.
You were saying though.
Yeah. I think it might be holding up a little. It's just something that we'll have to observe for the couple of overs. But yeah, it'll be interesting to
68.5,
see.
I think is a great ploy. You bowl at 68.5 anywhere you want. Batters will because
Just look
once
at that.
again,
That's
slow, very
slow, looped up. Yeah, it's a little quicker. 73 clicks, but yeah.
But a lot more fuller. I think she should just pull it back a bit because if you bowl it fuller, you're making it easier for batters to at least not have to put in a lot of effort to get to the ball. You're bowling too full, but okay. This is a lot quicker. I think
Yeah.
75. Wow. I think that'll be a fun game. Ball in, ball out. Keep guessing this.
It's only going to be between 70 and 75 for the
That is
rest of
true,
the over.
Exactly.
Actually, to the first ball to Harman was in the 60s, and then she slightly quickened it to Smriti. It was fuller as well. And if you look at the field, it's a predominantly leg side heavy field, which means that they do want Harman to possibly slog
And-
into that. Yeah. And it is slow. It is still slow. They want Harman to sort of go across the line and challenge the boundaries.
I would imagine the idea is also, the field setting is also a function of Shamim wanting to bowl straight. the
Very
lines.
likely.
Yeah, so which is something done so far this over at least.
Yeah.
We saw that in the first over as well. She was bowling a lot more straighter, which is why now it's become have been lifted. But well done, not a bad over at all so
Not
far.
at
Last
all.
ball. If
Yeah.
she can close this out well, That'll be great for Pakistan because yeah, that's 2 overs of their fifth bowler done with just conceding just the 12 runs. So I don't think they Deepthi yaar, dekho na.
Dekho na. Yeah.
Copyright.
I caught it just in time. Gets a single. I think this one was also extreme low. And yeah, it's just India don't look in any kind of hurry, which I think I'm still okay with it so far. There has to be a little more intent in terms of how they're getting the singles at least. You can't be giving 3-run overs to Shamim because she's not even the pick of the bowlers. Not today, just in general is what I mean. But yeah, it's something that India need to quickly look at how they're going to get their boundaries.
Not easy.
Not
for-
easy.
Meanwhile, Angad Beer says, do you think we can see that sweep shot from Harman? I mean, if they've got 4 fielders on the leg side, so
Yeah.
that shot.
I think the easiest thing here for Harman is to come sort of on the off stump and then open up the fine leg region because you have fielders at deep square, deep mid, you have long on as well. So essentially that back part is still open, the 45 region. So she will have to target that.
Interesting bowling plans, man. Sandhu's never held back so late, so Tasmia gets a second over here. Bowling the eighth. They were running too.
They're never running
That ball
to.
in.
They're never running
Smriti's-
to.
Meanwhile, someone had also spoken about Smriti's strike rotation. Praatibh did, talk about it. So,
Yes,
yeah, Mannat
touched upon.
says Smriti is that good at strike rotation.
That's right, Manat. Manat has been a follower, subscriber of the channel and leaves a lot of comments. Appreciated a lot.
Then Mannat, please do check out Women's Cricket Central. Like you on Women's Cricket Central, do hit the
Link in the description for Women's Cricket Central.
Yes.
Hit
all things
subscribe.
Women's Cricket.
Get Akshay to 200 subs.
Yes, come on, let's do that. Ooh, that's a slow one. Well done. I thought that was the back of that slow one, but
I
the
don't
pace
think so. I think it was a seam up delivery.
up itself. I don't know for some
Yeah.
reason like her.
I wish they show a close up, which I don't think they will.
The bad thing about Hotstar is it doesn't let you back. You can't. I'm like, why?
Good old
You're such
days when they
stupid
used to.
UI.
Yeah.
On TV, they still let you do it. So that's why I watch
On
it on
TV,
TV. On TV,
okay.
you can go back. That's why I watch it on TV.
Maybe because you can't get screenshots of there and use it for your articles. That's
Oh.
probably it.
I mean, I don't know if I should say I haven't been- You're talking about screenshots.
The length hasn't. I mean, the kind of length that's been on display, it's been sort of back of a length ish. I would want to say a little good length. There's not much pace to work with. And you can clearly see that while they are getting the singles, which I think they're happy to do, they are a little starved of boundaries, is what I want to say. I think both of these players are the kinds of players who would want to get in some boundaries. It just, there are certain kinds of batters who, when they get that ping off the bat, that's what they enjoy. That's a full toss. That is a gift.
Great to
And
cover.
Smriti has not been able to put it away. She's going to be extremely disappointed with that.
I think what Pakistan's trying to do here is just build pressure. They're not
Yeah.
looking to bowl the attacking line, trying to be defensive. They know at some point in time, Indian batters will have to break the shot, will have to sort of, ease pressure on themselves. And for 3 runs in the Ramin Shah, for 3
Yeah.
runs, that's just 6 of the 10 deliveries post power play, which in itself was a fairly low key power play, we're being completely honest. Yeah. Shuffled, hasn't connected it well.
Oh, that's
my
dropped.
God, the field at mid-off has
That
made a
is dropped
complete
at
mess.
mid-off.
Alia Riaz once again. Oh man, the person.
He's not having a
see
good day on the field. And that's exactly what you were talking about as well, right? They're not looking to do anything extraordinary. They're just looking to build pressure. That's how they got Jemmy. It was a cross seamer.
Well done, well done,
So-
well done.
That's something to keep in mind. The cross seamer is also, it seems like it's stuck in the pitch a little.
Oh man, I'll
That
have
was
to.
a slightly difficult chance, but at the international level, you are supposed to be catching this.
Playing international cricket for 50.
That's true. That is true.
I can't.
Well, she used to like badminton a lot, and then she eventually chose cricket. India
Oh,
survives.
that would have
Smriti
been a
survives.
Massive wicket, massive
Yeah,
wicket. But yeah, the pressure still is on India because they've not been able to score a lot of boundaries. Only 5 of this over. Once again, Tasmia has been very good with her lines and lengths today. Very happy for her. And the surface is, I thought 160 is par. 160 is probably about 10 above par. I'll have to bring it down to 150 right now. The surface is not very easy.
Yeah,
You know,
right?
it's not like there are value for your shots, so you'll have to be a lot more careful. But cross seam,
Rashim.
Machine. Yeah. Cross batted shots probably aren't the
Yeah.
way to go. You should still try
For
and
sure,
hit them as straight
yeah.
as possible, even though that didn't help Smith in that case. But yeah, I will stick
Mm.
to playing such.
I think Pakistan's done well in terms of just hitting the right lengths and lines because they've not given anything extremely loose. There was a full toss. I feel like if Smithy got that away, it might have changed sort of the momentum for India. But it's not to be. And Smriti is lucky that she survived that. 46 for 2 in 8 overs. You're not even going at sixes right now.
And now is when Nasha the most comes into
Ah.
the attack. That doesn't help their. While at Teki on the pitch asks defense.
I think it is also a function of the wickets that have fallen, but at the same time, I do think there's something in the pitch for the bowlers because
Get the flight.
that is a beautifully flighted
Yeah.
delivery. And
Action also come to
Harman-
think of it is very much like Tanuja Kanwar, and she also wears
Yeah.
the cap like Tanuja does. Very similar physique. Short, not too very petite.
usage of words. Oh, that's actually a
Well
really good
bowled,
step out
well
from
played
Harman.
as well. Good
That's
cricket.
good
all
cricket
round.
all round.
I like
Finally.
what she was trying to do. Harman, well done. Nice boundary.
Harman adjusted well. She
Yeah.
wasn't to the pitch of the ball, played it slightly on the up. That could have been a little tricky if the ball spun a bit more, but she's got the boundary away.
Much needed
Much
boundary.
needed
this.
boundary, yeah. That is true. Surprising for a pitch that's actually not doing that's actually tough for the batters. She's gone on and trusted it, which tells me that maybe, just maybe, Harman has got a little bit of a hang of what the pitch is. And you would hope that from the years of experience in her 10th T20 World Cup, that's something to keep in mind.
Is 50 brought up with that boundary for Team India. 50 of exactly 50 balls by. And on that note, of course, hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed to us if you haven't already. And by us, of course, we are talking about Women's Cricket by JB. Also, do check out Men's Cricket by JB. Do check out Women's Cricket Central as well. While we are at it, we'll cut straight to the field at point. At another dot ball. Plenty of dots. Plenty of.
We needed to hit that like so that it can be pushed out to a lot more people. We are hoping that the stream is able to
Exactly.
get in a lot of audience that enjoys this sort of
Yep.
breakdown. And yeah, just stay tuned, keep watching with us, keep putting your stuff in the chat. Harman goes for that sweep exactly as I was saying a couple of overs ago. She'll come to the offside and try and access what I thought would be fine. Like she's tried to access mid wicket square leg-ish
They
ultimately.
had a square leg inside the circle. Interesting.
Yeah.
Placement once again. I like that. I like that from them. They have a deep mid wicket, but a square leg inside.
Yeah.
Tasmia Rubab station there. So well done. Good field placements once again. Cutting the angles, making it harder for Harman to get those easy that
Yeah.
usually are on offer in that region. 13 or 17, she also definitely would want get
Get a
going.
move on. Yeah. About damn time.
But well done.
Flighted again.
Oh,
Well, she's exploited that gap.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Yeah.
Well done, Harman.
This time she pierces the gap well, and of course it's also fairly over the fielder had there been anyone over there. So nice
Yeah.
shot, good shot, much needed boundary once again. Yeah, not a bad over for India. This I still don't think it's been bad bowling as such. It's batting from the field.
Yeah, I still think that that is the kind of risk that you will have to
Yeah.
take. Having said that, I mean, props to Pakistan because the moment she misses that, the moment there's a little more
Exactly.
turn or flight, she's going to catch one of the edges, and that is going to be trouble. They've still left square leg open, so there's no change in field yet, which means they're happy for her to do that again.
It's a bait. They're
Yeah.
trying to bait her. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, well bowled again.
Baits on it a little, just pull the length back slightly. That's actually really well balled from Nashra. Hoping that Harman would go for the sweep again, but Harman sees it and decides to go back into a crease.
That's also turned a bit.
Yeah,
That ball turned a bit in particular. 9 is done. 54 for 2. At the end of this over, we
One more switch, that's right.
was Aswin was back, and I think Pakistan got with us. For it.
I would be happy to see that simply because I don't see a reason for them to change that up. And it just gives them a lot more options later on, right? With someone like Fatima Sana who can come back later into the attack, and even Sadia Iqbal for that matter, just might as well try and use your options while the Indians are not still going bonkers. And that's what has happened.
Pulled a very good second.
Steps
Oh,
out, that's a
sorry,
beautiful
Smriti.
shot. Gets all of it, and that is a 6.
First 6 of
Steps
the
out
game.
over long off.
Smriti Mandhana.
It's been a bit of a typical Smriti struggling innings. She's been a little scratchy, 34 of 25. She's now, I think, starting to get a little bit of a hang of what the pitch is going to be like. Premeditated this in some capacity, but I think she knew what she was doing, of course.
Similar to the opportunity, I mean, the ball was similar to the opportunity ball that she gave, and the shot
Yeah.
was also similar to it, except this time she got much better connection. Waited for the ball to come to her. Importantly,
And she
again,
stepped down. Yeah, she waited. Yeah.
and again, these sound very cliched, all of these, but unfortunately, that's the truth. That is the truth. Boundary, I think Smriti has definitely done a good job. 35 or 20. I think she's par for course here in terms of strike rate, in terms of attacking as well. I think it's high for her. Yeah, they should
The Bangladesh
Yeah.
Netherlands game.
play it well.
Yeah.
Much needed victory for Bangladesh over there versus Netherlands. Maria Firdaus, I mean, that complex.
It ain't that tough. Well, Sunil Gavaskar would enjoy this. One boundary and then your rotating strike.
They're going for two.
They go for two! I think Smriti made it in the end, but I was
Yeah.
not expecting that. That's really good running from the two.
Good running, but was that needed?
I don't think that was needed, but I appreciate that. That's all I can say.
Appreciate that because she didn't get out. Had she
Yeah,
gotten
yeah,
out, I don't think it would have been like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate
Hindsight. I think
Better
what
in
I'm happy
judgment.
with here is that right from the get-go they were looking for two. It
that's
wasn't
true,
an
that's true.
afterthought.
There was no hesitation. Wait,
That
directed
was
and she
closer than I thought. Yeah.
Wait, Tasmi actually went ahead
Yeah.
and collect. Well done.
Shot pulled away. She's not got that where she would have liked. I think she would have liked to get that behind square. That would have been an easy four.
Once
Gets
again,
a
the last two
single.
overs have helped India come back into the game. The first two was after the power play went for just 8 runs. Last two overs already it was Nashra Sandhu who conceded 8, and so far this over has seen 10 runs. So a decent comeback that way, and pushing towards the 7 runs per over mark. Another 6 runs over here of the last two balls, and they will be able to do that as well. So, I think India have sort of restored parity. I won't say they're ahead of the game, but I think that's decent. That's
Yeah.
definitely.
Steps out again. Down the ground. Doesn't get all of it. Yeah. Looked promising, but well, another single. I think this has been one of the first few overs where we've seen a run of every delivery so
Yeah.
far. So that's good from India. Let's see how they finish this over off on both sides of it, Pakistan as well as India.
Well done, well done. I like the intention. Last ball of the 10th over, Tasmia Rubab runs in. Harmanpreet Kaur on strike. Oi! Edge!
Jesus.
But
Missed
Tasmia
that.
seems interested.
Are they
Liba
gonna
is
go for the
unsure.
review?
He's like, मुझे तो कुछ सुनाई नहीं दिया भाई.
आवाज नहीं आया
लिया.
आवाज बल्ले से अच्छी आई.
And I think they've not
That
reviewed
is the end
that.
of the over. India 65 for 2, and we will be back with the commentary panel change.
All right, before we get into the commentary and before we talk about the match itself, there are a few numbers that I do want to get into. For starters, if in the international commentary, people were talking about how in this ground, the ball stays much harder through the innings as compared to any other ground. But more interesting numbers, Nashra Sandhu continues to bowl. She really struggles against the left-hander. So her matchup against Priti Mandana is very, very interesting. She averages 22, which might not seem like a big struggle. So, Smriti Mandana plays the sweep shot once again, not a big surprise, takes a single. I want to say, yeah, just takes a single. Nashra Sandhu, yeah, her numbers against the left-handers are a bit a bit bleak is what I want to say. So the matchup between Smriti and Nashra is something to watch out for. But more interestingly, the score, India's score in the power play, 38 for 2, is the second lowest this year in the power play. The lowest was against South Africa, where they scored 28 for 2 in the fifth T20. And of course, India went on to lose that game. So yeah, these are the numbers for you. For now, let's go to Praatibh and I. So it's still me, but with Praatibh. So we'll go back to the normal comms. And
Back.
yes, let's talk about whatever's happening in the match.
Awesome. So Nasha to continue, she's given away a couple of singles rather. So India are clearly understanding this pitch a lot better. There seems to be a lot better intent and also just a better understanding of how they can rotate, strike, maneuver the field. This one is slowed up beautifully. Something we have been talking about with Nasha. She is very classical. Ashwin also spoke about the matchup she has with left-hand batters. So Smriti would want to fancy her chances. Also, why you've seen her sweep twice already. And
Yeah,
I'm
but-
trying to see who's deep there. Smriti steps out. She's
Now this
gone
this
for
is a
covers.
beautiful shot. It's a
Yeah.
much safer shot. She's reaching the pitch of the ball, gets easy double. Again, a sweep shot's not Smriti Mandana's strength, and her going for it always scares me every time she does go for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Ashwin's done a breakdown on this, which you can catch on one of our shots. But for now, stick here.
yeah, Nashra Sandhu, the matchup between her and Smriti is very interesting. Like I said, her numbers against left-handers are not the best, which is also why it will be interesting to see how she goes about bowling and how Smriti does against left-arm spinners. Because her against left-arm spinners, she doesn't have the worst numbers. It's quite decent.
Steps
Out. What a beautiful shot, inside out. This is the left-hander's dream shot. Makes room for herself coming down the wicket and plays it over covers for a beautiful boundary. There are balls where Smriti is struggling, but every time she plays the shot that she wants to, she gets it away.
My understanding also is that because of how she's stepping out every time to get a boundary, she's happy to do that. She's getting a lot more confident through this innings building up. And she's just picked the gap beautifully on that. She steps out again. This time it's smartly bowled into the pads.
Yeah, it was also
Gets a single.
premeditated quite
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
And bowler saw, Nashra saw that. Yeah, very interesting with how Smriti scored her innings. I mean, by the end of, I don't know how many.
11
that's
overs.
74 for 2.
So India just about catching up on that 7-run per over mark.
Yeah, I still
They'll-
stand on the fact that I think it's a 1.
Very interesting. I mean, average score has been 163. So from here, if India are able to maintain or not lose wickets till over 15, that just gives them the license to score in the last few.
That's true.
India would like to get to at least about 100 for 2 by the 15th over, at the very least, with these two batters set. Then they can possibly sky's the limit from there. Actually, there is no sky at 40. But yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true. But yeah, the way Smriti is going about her innings is. So this is what we've talked about in terms of her being able to chase in the video that will come out tomorrow, actually. But Smriti being able to chase, she always gets a start and unfortunately isn't able to follow through, right? Now, I know this isn't the second innings, it's still the first, but this is what you would expect from her, is her being able to follow through. Now, another, I don't know if there's
Steps
any
out
fielder
again.
there, doesn't time the ball all that well. Wow, there are no deep fielders at all outside off, which is what looks like. Again, makes room for herself while stepping out, plays an inside-out shot over covers. It's one a relatively safe shot to play, especially
Yeah.
because the ball isn't doing much, the pitch isn't doing much. So it's a decent shot. It's only that you know it's premeditated. Like Smriti's thought about this beforehand. And you know it because she starts stepping down even before the bowler
Much
bowls
earlier.
the ball.
Yeah. I think even before the load, to be fair.
Hit that like button, subscribe. You guys can put your thoughts in the chat and we will also take that.
Steps out again.
Once again, times
Better
it
connection.
beautifully. Another inside out shot,
Lovely.
another boundary. I think this is what she's.
Yeah. It clearly seems that she wants to get her boundaries only by
Oh, it's
stepping out.
also
She
50.
goes to 50 as well. 50 of 34 for all of those people raising questions on Smriti, asking if she should be taken out from the opener slot, pushed around somewhere. This is why you back players who are experienced and who essentially is the best batter in the side.
Yeah, true.
Like, that's not up for debate, and this just shows why. It's been not the easiest of pitches. India losing 2 early wickets,
Not
but
the
it's been.
easiest of innings too.
That's true. It's been a scratchy innings for the most part, except for the last few boundaries that she's gotten. And credit to her, she's batted well. She's out there, 50 of 34. And she still has 9 overs ahead of her.
Yeah, that's true. Sanket says 50 it is. Indeed, India's first match in the World Cup campaign, and you have Smriti Mandana scoring a 50. There a better day out. Something we did want to talk about was lead up to this World Cup. Smriti hasn't had a lot of runs coming into play, unlike the ODI World Cup. But unlike that, what a
Goes for it
shot!
yet again.
That's a fantastic.
Oh,
I mean, I want to say it's a fantastic shot because there was no long
yeah,
on to
yeah,
begin
that's
with.
very interesting. I'm surprised they don't have a long on.
And yeah, she gets a boundary right after she gets another boundary. Smriti taking it to the next gear, 2 consecutive boundaries. All 3 balls in this over were attacking
Yeah.
shots. There's a lot of intent. She's not playing it safe. Balls in the air. And yeah, it's again a beautiful shot. Again clears her front leg. I love left-handers.
Clear their front leg. And this is also something that we were talking about right at the very beginning, right? These are the kind of bowlers that you want to target because there's a perception that she struggles against off break, but not the loopy kind. She goes again. Maybe it was in the slot, it was there, but it's gripped a little.
Yeah, beautifully
has.
bowled, dipped a little, slowed it up a lot, but she also played across the line. She played a jemmy. What I want to say.
And that's exactly why the long on is because they want her to do that. First one didn't turn, this one's turned. Smriti is a little disappointed or hurt. It's one
I
of the
think
two.
she's hurt. I think she pulled a hamstring. I won't be surprised.
Ooh, she's actually done well to get back.
I'll tell you
And
what.
that's an incredibly slow.
Gotta say, as a wicket keeper,
Has it? Oh, it has bounced
yeah,
a
but I
lot,
think
but
that's
she's
a
not moved at
horrible
all.
take. Regardless, I think
Yeah.
she misjudged the ball completely. If anything, I think there are times as a wicket keeper you assume that the batter's going to just hit, and I think that's what happened. I think if
Yeah.
you look at her movement, up and down movement, she didn't follow the ball at all, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
like
just
it wasn't even like she was surprised and on the rise. She just got the ball on the helmet.
Let's
Yeah.
take a bit of chat. Mannat, first of all, Sejal says 50, 50 days exactly.
That's true.
Mannat says it was a bit of a rusty time on the pitch for Smriti, but she stuck around and that's a 50.
That's true.
Exactly. And Rohan
Mhm.
says enough score for Pakistan. That's a
Yeah.
bit harsh, Rohan.
I mean,
What I want to say. That's a bit.
when we were talking about this pre-match, I was hoping that Pakistan would bat first, get all out for about 70 odd. So,
I'm not saying anything. but
yeah, we definitely can't take them lightly because it seems that that's how India lost their first 2 wickets. Is something to keep in mind.
Mannat says, haha, true, but we would want, I can't read the other, we would want to win with huge margin against easy teams. That is,
Yeah,
well,
for sure. For sure.
But that's your tactical brain talking. I respect that quite a bit.
Net run rate needed, especially in this group of death where the India South Africa game is very likely going to be a virtual quarterfinal. Because Australia just seem invincible at the moment, especially after the win against South Africa last night. So yeah, it is important to get as big victories as you can, especially against sides that are not as strong as in Australia or South Africa.
I mean, them replaying the Smriti's innings shows that a lot of her shots that she got off to boundaries are incredibly beautiful shots. But I think it's the shots in between that are more important because it is a very rusty innings. India didn't get off to a good start. There were 2 wickets falling around her, yet she did stick around. Of course, there was a drop catch, but a lot of great innings out there. You gotta be lucky. But Smriti still stuck around and she's still there scoring runs. Well, this is a dot ball, but was scoring.
This is also a little quicker. You'll see that throughout the over, Shamim's usually been around that early 70, 72, 73 mark. This one 5K is quicker at 78, and you can see Smriti not being able to get that away as easily or step out as well. I
Very
miss seeing the
interest-
field actually.
It's a very interesting feel to her. They have a deep covers, they have a long off, so they've covered the inside out shot.
Yeah.
Then they have a square leg and a deep mid wicket, so they don't have a long
Interesting.
on, which is why they wanted to play across the line, which is
Yeah.
fair. That's 12 overs down. 85 for 2 is India. I think tactically, Pakistan have got a lot of things.
Yeah. It clearly seems that they've done their homework. I think props also to their analyst is what I want to say. Understanding the kind of uh, sort of matchups that are in place, who to take on, who to not, how to bowl to certain Indian batters. And even when they were getting a lot of those early wickets, rather, when they got those early wickets, they weren't pressing too hard. They were happy to sort of be a little defensive and then force out the bad shot.
True.
I think the field settings have been on point. They've made the batters think a little more and play in certain areas which I don't think they would usually look to play.
That's true. All right, so projected scores 142, 157, 173. I still think 140, 150 is a good enough score. And I'm not playing down how Pakistan can chase it down. I just trust the Indian bowlers a little more. I think Sriyanka Patil, Sricha. It would be a handful on this wicket.
That's a
One that I'm
flat
not.
delivery,
Yeah, not.
slightly quick.
I think
That's
she
a
could have.
yeah.
Fair,
She should
but
have got that for 6.
yeah, a
That's a
wide is
wide.
what
Yeah.
you get. Yeah, I think he's disappointed by the fact that she get that ball away. Now Sadia's third over, she's very, very important for Pakistan, right? The highest wicket taker for them since the last T20 World Cup. She's good against both left hand and right handers, which is why these matchups are a lot more. Oh, what
Oh,
a
that's a
shot.
beautiful shot, but that's dropped on the boundary at
That's not once.
Smriti's riding her luck. She took on Sadia.
Oh my god.
Stepping down early once
Yeah,
again.
very early, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Manages to get 6 out of a ball that should have been a wicket yet
To
again.
be fair, I thought she timed that really, really
yeah.
well, honestly. But
I-
68 meters, she.
That is
Oh.
yeah, that is a slightly longer side. That means if that is a 68-meter 6 just outside the boundary. So
Okay, so Smriti has decided to just take it on, right? Her
Yeah.
playing the sweep shot right after she gets dropped, she's in the mindset where, right, she's going to go for it, 60 or 40. Might as well go for it. But good lord, she's riding a luck today. 2 drop
That's true.
catches. She's still out there, though.
still out there, and we know that she's better off batting in the first innings.
Yeah,
There's a
that's true.
video coming out on this tomorrow, and you'll see that hey, these numbers actually make sense. She is supposed to be doing this. Good for India that she is. Pakistan are going to be really disappointed because 2 drop catches, 2 turning points in the game. The first where they could have actually really closed out how much India could have got. Oh, again, Harman premeditating that, but that's
Beautifully played, though.
exactly where I wanted her to play because there is no deep fielder there, and she's got it to fine leg for a cheeky boundary.
Yeah, a paddle sweep that, a nudge down the leg to get a boundary. That's a beautiful shot. I think it's about time Harman starts doing something. It's before this ball, she was 21 and 24. Now she's 25 of. Okay,
21 and 23, and now she's 25 or 24.
there you go, Praatibh. Right. She's still striking at less than 100. But I think Pakistan will be a lot more disappointed because tactically they've got a lot of things right today.
Yeah, yeah.
Field placement, bowling changes is arguable, but field changes, they've got a lot of things right. But unfortunately, they haven't fielded well. They haven't backed
Yeah.
their bowlers up. But yeah,
At all.
very smart boundary, says Sankrit. That is true.
Flighted
Oh,
again.
Oh, beautiful.
that's a
Harman
beautiful
finds
shot.
the gap between point and covers.
Ish.
cover
Yeah, through
point,
cover
yeah.
point region. Yeah.
She gets a bottom hand. This is, you know what? This innings is almost like the difference between Harman and Smriti. Smriti, she's incredible in terms of timing the ball. She would time the ball to covers. Except Harman can really use the bottom hand, and this is all power. Of course, there's a bit of timing, but there's so much power behind this that she doesn't necessarily rely on her timing to get that boundary. Again, beautiful shot through covers for another boundary.
Yeah, I think the bottom hand bit is very important because it allows her to open the bat face and get it in that gap. Otherwise, she'd be hitting that straight to covers. Yeah, gets a single. This over has been really eventful for India so far.
True.
We've got 14 runs in boundaries, is what I want to say. 4, 4, and 6. That's right. And I think 17 runs otherwise in the over already.
A
Last
lot
ball.
of batters yet to come. Bharati,
Fulmali.
Richa Ghosh, and
Deep
Sharma.
Sharma. Well,
on a day she can strike.
I mean, at this point, if India are going to lose a wicket around, say, the 14th or 15th over, that's a beautiful shot yet again, inside out. That's well fielded on the boundary. And Smriti would have liked to get that a little more towards covers as opposed to long off. Yeah.
Pretty heavily relying on 2 shots at the moment, if you can. Her sweep shot and her playing the inside out shot. If these 2 shots work out for her against the spinners, she's going to do well. That's the end of the over. 104. I think it's 100 and possibly 104 for 2. But yeah, a very, very eventful over for India. India
Very
got a lot of
eventful.
runs, a drop catch. I think India will be very happy with the position they are in right now. You wanted them to by 15 overs. They already reached.
Well,
I think 140 is at least what they should get.
yeah, I
to.
think from here, if India aren't reaching at least 150, it's just going to be disappointing. They're going to be disappointed with it. And
Angad asks a question I think you were talking about. Is this wicket becoming playable than the first innings, or is this bad fielding by Pakistan or bad bowling on rotation?
I don't think it's
Power play. He meant power play. As in, is it getting better than the power play
Oh yeah,
even
for
in the
sure,
first
for
innings?
sure. I think the pitch is easing out for sure because it was seeming to hold. It's a couple of things, right? Of course, Harman and Smriti are also both set right now, so they know the pace of the pitch. They know when to sort of step out or when to go back and how to time the ball on this particular surface. But outside of that, I also think it's gotten slightly better for the batters. What I'm interested to see if the same pattern repeats in the next innings, which means that it should be easier for Pakistan when they come into bat. But that's something that we will get to in the next inning.
That is to. I'm a bit surprised Shamim continues, but a
Yeah.
last over of her spell. Harman and Smriti going at it, which is why the first ball will be very, very important in the. Oh.
That's a good ball. And clearly the field on the offside is up
Yeah.
because Harman's just looked to free her arms through the offside. It was a bit too
Oh,
close.
it was an arm ball.
Oh, and it drifted a
Oh, no,
little.
it was an off.
Yeah, it was an off spinner. It
What
drifted just a little.
ball it was. That was
A good
a
ball.
ball, yeah. She is absolutely incredible, by the way, against the right-hander. She's been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's the third highest wicket taker for Pakistan since the last World Cup, third or fourth. So she's still high up there in terms of taking wickets, but she's also very economical in terms of the fact that, I mean, she gives less than 65 runs away overall. Since
Rohan says Smriti should go for century now. I think the way her luck has been today and the kind of innings she's played so far, a
you would hope,
century would be deserving.
yeah,
But yeah,
you would hope.
I think for me, the next thing to look at after this ball, ooh,
You
Smriti
know
goes
what
to
I'm going to
sweep.
do? Oh, but it'll
What?
be the last 20
Technical
overs. Yeah,
breakdown.
I'm going to do a technical breakdown. I mean, we could do it mid innings. So
Yeah,
why
yeah.
Smriti struggles. It's why the sweep shot's not the best shot for her. We could possibly do a technical breakdown during the innings break, but I will explain it to you why. Because it's quite interesting. You
This
could see her
one,
head just falling
we
apart. Yeah.
that one
That's
stoppaged
that's
onto the
not
helmet.
where your head should be while playing the sweep shot. If you want to see, I mean, oh, how's it look? But Harman plays the sweep shot quite well. Jemmy plays the sweep shot quite well. Deepti plays the sweep shot quite well. Richa plays the slog very, very
Too
well.
many S's and SHs.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Tejal says no jinxing. Yes, no jinxing. I mean,
Sorry, apologies.
true. It is the combination of the pitch becoming better and the batters getting settled. Mannat, man, I respect you a lot.
Ball knowledge.
Yeah, ball knowledge indeed. Yeah, this. So we are going quite well now. I think I'm quite confident about India reaching 150 at least.
Mm,
But yeah, also the pitch looks better. The
for
outfield
sure.
still looks quite sluggish and
Yeah.
slow, so that is something to keep in mind. Not a lot of Pakistani batters have a good strike rate. I mean, Fatima Sana, the captain, has a strike rate of more than 170. By the way, more than 170 is unheard of. Richa Ghosh doesn't have a strike rate of more than 170. Says something.
True.
Since the last T20 World Cup, she also averages more than 45. Also, because also a lot of not outs, but the fact that she scores enough runs, and has a strike rate of more than 170, says something. There's a very interesting thing with these Pakistani batters. The people who have a strike rate of more than 130 don't have an average of. But batters who do have an average of
Uh,
strike very big.
and I think it also has a lot to do with the batting order and the batting positions because when we were doing our homework for this game, or at least like when I was looking at these scorecards and where they're batting their batters, even within the top four, there doesn't seem to be a certainty as to who's going to bat where, which in a way, if you look at it, is great. It means that their batters are flexible. But the moment you look at the numbers, you realize, hey, it's not their batters being flexible. It just is a lot of confusion. With someone like Fatima Sana too, she's batting so low down the order that it just makes you think as to why she isn't batting higher. Even Alia Riaz, for that matter, has got a couple of good knocks in the recent past, but they're batting at 7, 8, which is it's just interesting. I want to see if that changes. I highly doubt that changes. We'll also look at that when Pakistan themselves come out to bat.
And the chat has
yeah.
turned on Shafali Verma, is what I'll say.
Whoa.
They all want Yastika Bhatia. Now, I get it, right? I get the recency bias, is what I'm going to call out. I get the recency bias that Yastika Bhatia against England did well in the power play and then didn't do well after the power play. But people often forget the record Shafali Verma has. Sure, she hasn't had the best of years in T20, but that doesn't mean just let her go. She has in fact, that's not even true. She has decent numbers against Australia this year, against Australia, in Australia. So that's also not necessarily true. Shifali Verma will come good. It's okay. It's the first game in the World Cup. She will come back. I did talk about how she's had the worst year in terms of power play dismissals in a T20 career. I do say that, but I still back her. I'll be shocked
Yeah.
if Yastika Bhatia. I'll be shocked if Shefali's dropped. Let's just put it.
Yeah, and like you also have to think of the entire package, right? Because Shefali also gives you some overs with the ball. Yastika is not the greatest in the field, neither is Shefali. But if you have to choose between the two of them, I would give Shefali a little more benefit of doubt in terms of being a better fielder. And with Yastika, I mean, beyond the power play is also something you need to look at. She's struggled to score runs outside as soon as the field spreads, basically. Whereas with Shefali, if she gets through the power play, you know that she still has the ability to go on and get those boundaries. So it's just about how much risk as to reward ratio India is willing to put with that opening position.
Yeah, and
If they want to play it safe, then sure, play Yastika.
I mean, I'll be shocked if they play it.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I hope not. I also hope they don't just simply drop Gem. Not someone. Let's just Ramaria.
Ramayara
Yeah,
is what I
Ramaria.
want to say.
So sorry, so bad with names. But Shamim continues.
Steps out again.
An inside out shot once. This has almost been. This it's just. Priti has stuck to her strengths. She's stuck to two things the last 5 overs. She's basically done two things: either played the inside out shot over covers or played the sweep shot. And to be fair to her, she's got success playing both of these shots, so might as well just continue. It's the fact that she's pierced through the gap. So at this point, they do have a deep covers. They also have a long off. Yet she continues to play that shot, pierces the gap. Oh, what a beautiful shot, and gets a boundary.
Pinpoint precision on that one. And you can see a little bit of frustration setting into the Pakistani unit, the Pakistani bowlers. There is a little bit of shouting. There is a little bit of
Oh!
disappointment. Steps out again. Hasn't got a lot of it. And that's a
What
brilliant catch by
What-
none other than the captain.
What a fantastic catch. The captain stepping up and showing it to the Pakistan fielders how to go about catching a goddamn ball. And that's exactly what she's done. Running in. Smriti didn't time that very well. I thought she timed
Yeah.
it bloody well, to be honest.
Did she? She got nothing on
No,
it.
no, I thought she did.
Okay.
And yeah, the Fatima Sana showing the Pakistani fielders this is how you catch a ball and you don't let a batter get away. Beautiful delivery, by the way. Still looped it up. Still gave it a bit of air. Wanted Smriti to charge at it. And unlike the previous fielder, there's a field change. Unlike the overs before, there was no long on. There was a long on this time. Where do you think Smriti was even going?
I think she was just looking to clear or maybe go a little wider of long on. But clearly, there's been something that's been discussed in the break. Because when Smriti was getting the concussion test, you did see the coach out there saying stuff. So, yeah, and like I think it's something that Fatima Sana has been telling her bowlers is to stick a little more to the stumps, which they just have not done as well. And credit to Smriti as well. She's actually come out and batted really well in the second half of her innings. But eventually her luck has.
Yeah, true. I'm worried that Sejal will come back in the chat and blame us for her getting out.
Jinx.
We didn't jinx. She would have done that either way.
Yeah, Manat. Yeah, that is an insane catch. Bharti Fulmali comes in. I'm actually really happy with this move because India could have just gotten Deepthi here, but 14 overs, you have Richa Ghosh still to follow. Might as well get in your hitters.
Her T20 numbers don't justify the kind of batter that she is. Her strike rate is only at 96, which if you were a T20 batter, you were a T20 watcher. In fact, you would be very, very concerned, but she's much better than that. We actually saw that in the warm-up games, if I'm not wrong. She had
got 68 out of 36, I want to say.
Incredible catch. That was distance covered for the catch.
15 meters.
It's not all that much, but it's the way she executed the catch. No fumbling, she got it straight away. And it's the fact that captain herself, she puts herself at long on because she knows the ball is going to come at her. Good on her. And Shamim bowled incredibly well for that wicket.
So Sadia to continue is what I want to say.
Yes, 14 overs done, scores 110 for 3.
I completely forgot about this broadcast accelerate phase that comes. Pathetic.
I don't even.
They show there's something on the camera on the broadcast.
What does that mean?
I mean, so like for the overs of 15 to 17, they have a graphic that comes up that says accelerate.
No way.
Yeah. They did this in the men's T20 World Cup as well,
I
and
don't even remember.
we were
that,
just
to be
all sitting on it.
But anyways, the last 6 overs of the game, you will see a rotation of the commentary panelists after. Oh my god, I cannot believe what I've just seen. That was an absolutely.
That feels like a very Bharti Fulmali thing to do, is to step out and just try and take the attack right from ball one. It is the intent pilness that we talk about with her, but This she got nowhere near the pitch of the ball, stepped out early, and this time it's a good stumping.
What was that?
Well, I actually don't mind that, but
No, I
what I'm
get the
not,
intent.
yeah, I'm not happy with the shot.
I get the intent. If she, again, it's like the Jemmy dismissal, right?
Yeah,
If it's so, I don't
If it
mind
connects,
yeah,
it's
I don't
fine.
mind the Smriti dismissal because the shot was okay.
hmm.
This was just a
Rash. Not even rash, just a not well thought out shot.
yeah. Oh, it was so bad. Nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Her head falling across her hand. Oh, I had to.
Well,
You know
chat.
what? Even if the ball is turning in, I don't think she. That's what I want to say. I'm not going to pronounce the name, but yes, sad emoji. But goddamn, that was. Oh, I mean, it's what you would expect. See, to be
Hmm.
fair to her, she has she has a couple of batters coming in after her, right? So I
Yeah.
think also why she was sent ahead of Richa Ghosh. For
Yeah, I didn't
example,
mind that
oh,
at
what a
all.
way to get off the mark for Richa Ghosh.
Touch.
Again, pierces the gap outside the off stump between point and cover point, muscled her way for that boundary. But again, so I don't blame Bharati
Hmm.
Fulmali for her to do that
Yeah.
because she knows you have Richa Ghosh coming in. So
True.
yeah, it's just the kind of shot.
Yeah, like I have no issues whatsoever with the entry point. That is what I was actually hoping for, anyways. Unfortunate it hasn't worked out, but I'm happy that they've gone with Richa here. They could have very easily gone Deepti, which I'm glad they haven't done.
Damn Prakhar. Overhyped Fulmali gone. Prakhar has opinions
Damn.
which we'll respect.
Fair enough.
I was really excited to see her bat, but that was a bad shot selection. Yeah, Mandan,
True,
that is
true.
true. Harman or Richa helping away again. Sunny G would be very happy helping away to a single after a boundary. I think he should continue. I don't think both of them should slow down.
Hmm.
By any means, you anyways have Deepti.
Yeah.
Shriyanka can bat a bit. They can all hold the bat.
Yeah.
So I don't think they should slow themselves down.
Plus, honestly, if Richa just plays a natural game, it should be more than enough for India to get to at least 150 from here.
That is true. That is
35
true.
runs in the last 5 overs, you're not expecting too much going at 7 and over. Harman's set.
Yeah.
So there is enough fuel left in the tank. It's about how India decide to go about these last couple of overs.
Yeah, that is true. Harman, it's a very interesting field. So you have deep covers, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, nothing behind square or around square, which is also why her short selection will be very interesting. Well, she looks for a single, gets
Just
an
dabs
easy
it down.
single on towards long on. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what Richa and Harman do. I think for Richa, they might just have a different field. I think they might just have a leg side heavy field because of the kind of shot she likes to play. Richa, yeah, that was a ridiculous shot to be honest. Bharti was nowhere near the ball.
I
Unless she
think,
got the license to do that, good on her. But
yeah, credit also to
good lord.
Sadhya for seeing Bharti come down and just drag her length back a little bit.
The last ball of the
Hmm.
over before a commentary change, and that's a single towards long off by the end of 15 overs.
India 117 for 4 going at 7.8 runs
So
to
we
the
will
over.
take a shot. All right, we're back at it, lads. Akshay is back for the last 5 overs. It's Akshay and Ashwin. If you haven't liked the stream, like the stream already, you'll just push the stream out to a lot more people. We are going to go live for every India game this World Cup with Akshay, with Praatibh, of course. If you haven't subscribed to us, subscribe to us. If you haven't subscribed to him, do that. His channel is Women's Cricket Central. Cricket all around the world. If you want to know what's happening in cricket all around the world, especially women's cricket, especially women's cricket, go to Women's Cricket Central. The link is in the description. Go like and share and subscribe. Ooh. Straight to the fielder towards cover. So I think she tried to do what she did in the first ball, except along the ground that. And a much fuller delivery. How do you think Pakistan's going along? India, Pakistan, you've taken a 5 break. What do you make of the situation?
I think India has done a good job, very good job of coming back. And I think,
Did you see the second drop catch?
yeah,
Okay.
that's why I was also going to follow it up by saying Pakistan did a very good job allowing India to come back into the game. I have this habit of breaking down different fields. I don't power play middle overs.
Fair.
It. So it's 6-5-5-4.
Right.
First 6 overs, they scored 38 runs. Next 5 overs, 36-9. Now, last 5 overs, including the 3 balls,
Yeah.
they've already. So it's been a very nice sort
Climb,
of
yeah.
ascending curve for them. So they've really grown. Like they've accelerated at the right times and almost very nicely, very smoothly. It's not been, ooh, could that be a wicket? No, that'd be a boundary. Right, that's a double, I would imagine.
Oh my
Ooh,
God!
bad throw, but what on earth happened there? Oh my God!
What is going on? That's an overthrow too.
Oh, they didn't
didn't
run the
run.
overthrow. Wow.
Why am I not surprised?
Wow.
I'm not
Wow.
surprised. What was that running? Why was Harmanpreet Kaur so
I think-
struggling to make it?
And Muniba कहाँ फेंक रही थी?
Good lord. That was-
क्यों मतलब what I think they hesitated or I think they started way. What happened?
No, I think Harman thought that was a boundary because she started off really
Yeah,
slow.
yeah,
She
fair,
got up
fair.
really slow. Oh, ooh,
Cut
be
this off the stumps.
I was gonna say that's a very risky shot, because
But well bowled by Nashra this ball. Very good stuff so far from her. Despite conceding 8 in her first, I think she conceded a boundary in her second. Not gone for too many. Yeah, like she usually never does. So on her. Sadia Iqbal as well, I don't think she was too bad. But
Yeah.
the top catch meant that over really went for what, 19-20 runs. So, that shit.
Nashra is a very interesting bowler to me because she's like I think you said in the beginning, she's defensive, but that's a beautiful.
Oh, well fielded there.
Damn, Pakistan coming back at it with a fielding.
I want to say that's Aisha Zafar there. Well done, yeah. Yeah, that is Aisha Zafar. Well done, Aisha.
Good
Happy.
lord, that was
Good
beautifully
effort,
done.
good effort.
I think Nashra, with the way she goes about her bowling, is very defensive in the sense that she doesn't
Yeah.
bowl attacking line and lengths, but she's defensive, but she also gets wickets. I think she's the third or the fourth highest wicket taker since the last T20 World Cup for Pakistan. So she's done a good job in terms of taking wickets. She doesn't concede a lot of runs anyways. But yeah, I have a bad feeling about this one. I have a bad feeling. If you're an India fan, I have a bad feeling about how we're going to end the innings. Now, I might just be a pessimist and maybe just, yeah, but I have a bad feeling in terms of how they're going to end it. I think this over, if there is, I have a feeling one of these batters are going to get out.
Fair, but what I'll say is 140 also be
Yeah, I think so, yeah, but
given that because Pakistan's batting is genuinely not that great. And you will see it when they come to bat, you'll see that. So which is why I'm not too perturbed by losing a lot of wickets. And I would at some point in time hope that Harman starts accelerating 36
Yeah.
of 34. That too. Fatima back into the attack.
oh, Richa
That'd be a
Ghosh.
wicket. Oh
No, yeah. He didn't time it at all, but
Yeah.
it's lands in no man's land.
Almost-ish, no.
Yeah,
Person's
which
land.
is why I didn't know, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, which is why I use Danny Mod. It lands in real estate, vacant.
Perfect. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, to be fair, Smriti, if you're watching the broadcast, she used her feet quite well today. A lot of it was premeditated, but she got success, which means she knows what she was doing, and she had a proper template against the spinners.
Yaar, yaar.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
my God, she's in
Did
that
I-
straight.
I just told you. I just said there's a wicket going
Are
to
you
fall.
God? Kidding, but that's all right. That's a much needed breakthrough, an important breakthrough for Pakistan.
I'm telling
And
you.
yeah, might I say, India will be disappointed with this knock by Harman. 36 of 35, they would have hoped for her to at least accelerate from here to ensure that they score 40-50 runs in the final four and take India to 170-ish. Not to be the case. She's timed the flick, but she's timed it straight to Natalia Pervez at deep square leg and Fatima Sana. So it's the skipper who gets the skipper there. Well done. Well
Can I-
done. 1,
can
2,
I-
3, 4 becomes.
Angad says prediction OP. I respect that. Thanks, Angad. But what I was going to say is, when I said I had a bad feeling and you said 140 is good enough, I have a bad feeling that they struggle to get one.
17 of 20.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware of what the situation
Then they
is.
deserve to lose. If they struggle to score 17 of the last 22 balls, they deserve to lose.
Praatibh agrees from behind the scene.
There's nothing.
Ah,
That's a plus. I thought he disagrees.
oh no.
Oh, it's,
It's a Gen Z thing. Now you could probably guess Akshay's age.
I'm technically Gen Z, by the way, by age. I'm Gen Z by age, not by whatever opinions or
Wow,
thoughts.
Mannat says it's all because you had a bad feeling. I
All right, Manat, you don't have to be that snarky.
Deepti Sharma at 7. So there are days when Deepti Sharma can strike. She can strike at more than 130. She can. She,
T20 is in 2026.
yeah, in 2020. I mean, yeah, her batting in 2026. I believe strike rate, her average is quite questionable. But I have hope. I have a bit of hope. You'll be doing live. We will be
Yes.
doing live commentary throughout the World Cup for all India games. Oh, that's. Oh, they're looking for a two.
Oh, Deepthi and Richa. Oh
Well,
my word!
Well, they run two. There you go. Well,
Deepthi Sharma and Richa who's running it too. I think I should have had that on my. What on earth have I just seen?
Akshay just bites his own foot. Is a phrase? Something like
Shoots, bites.
I
could
think
be.
something like that. But
People do a lot of things.
yeah, like Akshay said, will be very, very disappointed by that inning. She never got going. And
Yeah, oh, I thought it was like, kya kya, you know, punching her. What was
my
that shot? They have a cover point and a point. Why?
Yeah, this is what irks me about Deepthi batting. 92 kilometers per hour. That's slow,
Slow man, yeah,
is
yeah.
what I would assume. But yeah, this is what irks me about Deepti's batting. Sometimes she can get herself in a hole, especially when spinners are not around, because she doesn't necessarily know what to do with the fast bowlers.
Fair.
And yeah, she doesn't have the power shots. Hopefully, there's something she can do. 2 balls left for the 17th over. Oh, now just sit down long off for another single.
Well, did you answer Diksha's question? I think they'll play some of the bigger teams.
I think I don't mind this squad, to be honest. I do want Renuka Singh Thakur back in the squad, but if Krantik out is able to do well in this match, then why not? Yeah, I think they'll go. But I don't
I would
mind
still
it.
prefer none.
Right. Fair.
But fair, I agree with the rest of the 11. This is what I would go at. Like, sure, Bharti Fulmali comes like player or something, but given the rest of the batting lineup, I think she adds more value than Yastik.
I agree with that. 100%.
Oh my
Oh.
word! Well done, Munib.
That is true.
5 wides.
That's
That was
good
definitely
keeping.
a certain 5 wides.
Yeah, 100%. Did you see the? I'd call it a missing of Smriti when she stretched out and
Oh no!
fair. Yeah. Do Sadhya, Praatibh?
Coffee, Ramin Shami.
Oh right. I was just quite disappointed at keeping them. But this is really well done.
Muniba is a serviceable keeper.
Oh yeah.
They
Hun-
have another Gulfiroz. Oh, hey, back of that slow one attempted, but
Oh, straight to the fielder at square leg.
once again, knee gets stuck in this outfield will definitely cause an injury.
They take another double, by the way. Richa and Deepthi, that's 2 2s in the same over.
It's at Bengal side.
Did you know, interestingly, Deepthi Sharma has a very decent non-boundary strike rate. Can you believe it? I mean, that's believable. She
Yeah.
doesn't hit a lot of boundaries, but even Richa Ghosh
What's
has a decent.
Well,
So
that was
Deepthi Sharma has a non-boundary strike rate of over 70s.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
below
that's-
75. Yeah,
that's good.
Deepthi
Richa?
Sharma. Did I say? Yeah, Richa Ghosh is below 70. But then if you compare her to Smrit,
60 is like I would say anything above 60.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Smriti Mandana has a non-boundary strike rate of 61. Oh, you said that, is it?
That's below. That's below for me. Average.
Yeah, 100%.
Sandhu, meanwhile, finish her quota of 4 over 17. Finish is
Oh,
bold.
those are the graphics, Praatibh.
So, consolidate, then accelerate
Wow.
some random.
Deepthi would be happy with the spinner bowling in the 18th over. She will bring a sweep shot around the corner. They're taking another double. Oh my
Oh,
god!
just about makes it. Just about makes it.
But that's Akshay, that's 3 2s in less than 2 overs.
That's 3. That's already job.
I- that is true. But good on them. I mean, the fact that they're doing it, good intent. They're looking for gaps. And Deepthi will be very happy knowing that it's a spinner. Also, why I think the intent of running between the wickets will be quite high up there. I won't be surprised if this ball is a sweep shot, because it'll be a shocker if she doesn't get that out already.
I won't start to then well outside the off stump, but I don't know what her field setting is.
Oh, she
Okay,
steps
well done,
out.
well done. She holds it nicely well outside the. But I don't know. The thing is, if packed your offside with everyone inside the circle, that's a bit of a risk. Pull it completely. You
Yes.
risk with she
Deepthi.
just dishing out that drive.
Yeah, that's true.
She doesn't do often. Oh, on the line.
Oh my
No,
god, that was...
मार.
God, what is happening?
Use that fielder short fine पे यार क्या कर रही है यार
That's just horrible cricket all around. Bad ball, bad shots. Like, what was that shot? And then, yeah, and then them trying to take that single where there was no run there at all. Bad throw. The wicketkeeper couldn't do anything about it. Well, yeah, wrong end also, says Praatibh. Well, just horrible cricket
Oh,
all
that
around.
fielding effort was very poor. That was definitely that was a run out on both ends.
Oh, yeah.
Both ends. Is
Damn, this is what you get to see between India and Pakistan.
slows it down completely.
Edge nahi laga, edge nahi laga.
But the accent.
Close that down quite a bit.
That
Rich
was
had to
early
reach for
70s.
it. Play that quite early. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh,
She did not get there.
Oh, she didn't.
Just couldn't. She tried her best, but the
Yeah.
ball was too. She'd completely given in. So
damn.
maar kya?
This is a very interesting
Oi,
over.
my
My
lovely
God.
ball again.
Did I
shows
not tell
this-
you 140 looks a bit steep for the Indian team at the moment? I know
Oh,
it's only 8. No, I know. I know it's only
but
8
that's on
runs.
them. Like I said, if it's they deserve to lose.
Good
But I
luck.
would still say 140 with 16.5, right?
Oh, Richa doing everything she can to not get a run at the moment. Oh,
Why
again.
would you do that? Your strength is to just hit it, like clear your front leg and try and park it past cow corner or long on. Why? It was on the leg stump. Why are you playing it on the offside?
If you told the Pakistan team by the end of the 13th over that in the 18th over you're only going to give 3 runs away, they would be dreaming. And that's exactly what's happened. It's quite disappointing batting from the Indian team is what the thing is, both of these girls are very, very experienced, yet yeah, the short execution is quite poor. Hitting it straight to the fielder, not sticking to your strengths. I mean, I'm still surprised Deepti Sharma did play a sweep shot in
No,
the very
but
first.
Deepti, to have no expectations. Deepti six
Arre?
of six, fine. Richa, I would definitely.
Ruthless.
No, that's
No,
just
no.
me.
Fair. No, that's fair. I agree with that.
Oh, the fielding penalty has been levied because Pakistan are late in completing the quota of 20 overs, which means the last 2 overs will be bowled with just 3 fielders outside the inner circle. That's a massive advantage for Richa Ghosh. She's essentially batting in the power play right
I have a question. Is like the concussion test and stuff, is that included? Or
Yeah.
that's included?
No. That's not
Okay.
included. Okay, I thought you said that's there or not. Yeah. All those extra time, that extra time, all of it is
Exclude.
they keep
Yeah.
marking it. Which
Good
is why
on
there's
them
that iconic video right from 20 years ago. Oh, man, that's all.
Oh, there you go. Deepti Sharma gets a boundary on the very first over after Akshay gave her a lot of shit, which is
In all likelihood, the fine leg would have been deep, but because the field restrictions have been levied on them, or the penalty has been levied on them.
Yep. Deepti Sharma gets a boundary of the very first ball. A good start of the 19th over for the Indian team. Not so good start for the Pakistan team, but India would be happy with.
Bad ball, yeah. I get the idea, but the line was wrong. Length was fine. The line was wrong.
I was going to say length to Deepti Sharma short ball is
Yeah.
very, very
But
effective.
yeah, for that you'll also have to bowl it like properly. You can't just be heck of it. Much
Another
better.
short ball
Much better.
straight
They
to the
have a field.
field is what I want to say.
Oh, okay.
She does
Why
well in
is
the
your
end.
square leg so square? They thought that itself. That's a win. That they thought of it.
I
I'll give
mean,
that.
get you in with things. But at 5 runs of the first 2 deliveries, 140 is almost right there. So
I'm looking at 160, 23 of 10, which is not impossible.
I'm looking at 152, 150.
Of 10 is all like.
If Richa can get going from this ball, then then
You just need to
160.
hit 260. You're already at 150.
That's true.
I don't think it's a
I'm a
lot.
pessimist. I look at the worst case scenarios.
While all three of the players are on the leg side, they have a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, and a long on that's almost cow corner region. I mean, that's bisecting cow corner and long on offside, and that spears the gap.
Lovely.
Boundary. Well done.
Lovely. The field isn't shocking. The field placement isn't shocking, but the kind of shot she chooses to play
Well
good
done.
on her, makes room for herself. She knows there's no one outside the circle, outside the off stump. She just needs to get it over the boundary, and she has enough power to do that. And she gets it almost between covers and mid off. I don't know if it's exactly
Yeah.
over them, but it's
No, in
between them for
it's
sure.
between them.
Yeah,
She's bisected it, and
yeah.
again, I would say it's a bit of a risky option because she'd exposed all of his stumps, and she knew that Tasmia is going to put the
True,
stump
true.
line, which is why all the fielders were in front of square on the leg side. She was hoping Richa will attempt the slog that I was asking her to in the last over. This time it works out simply because she has pace to work with. With Nashra, that wasn't the case, which is why I was complaining why she's oh backs her strength, and she's definitely cleared the field on long on just about. I don't think my confidence reflects the actual shot, but I would still say that's a 6. That's all that matters.
Good lord, that my heart in my mouth. But yeah, this is exactly what Richa needs to do. I mean, back her strength. She's strong enough to clear any boundary in
Yeah,
the world.
exactly.
She just needs to do this.
Is that a
Clear.
slow one?
Don't think so. It was 98 kilometers. If 98 is the slow.
I think it was a cutter, not necessarily a slow one. If it was 90, I don't know. This has to be slow.
That's yeah. The 100. I would hope so. But that's another boundary for Richa Ghosh. That's another boundary for the Indian team.
150.
There you go. Lovely stuff. That's 150 up for the Indian team as well. That's 19 runs of the over, if my math is correct. With one ball remaining off the 19th over. Again, this is how you need to finish off games. And good on Richa Ghosh for sticking to her strengths.
And
Just swing the bat.
this, by the way, is exactly why they needed Bharti Fulmali to ensure they get Richa Ghosh's entry point right. So Richa Ghosh came in 0.2, if I'm not wrong. There's a stat that's going around. Richa Ghosh, when she's batted for India, I mean, when her entry point before the 14th of India, strike rate is 170. And when she
Wow.
bats after the 14th, 70. So,
Of course.
once again on display.
Insane numbers.
Oh, short. Is that in the? Oh, that's in the gap.
love-
Another boundary to cap off a fantastic over for India. And Tasmia Rubab, oh my goodness, 23 runs of that last over. Unfortunate into what was actually a fairly decent first 3 overs. But India truly back on track. 155 for 5. 9. Surely 170 must.
Yeah, 170 should be in grabs. That was a beautiful shot in the end. Shot outside off. She had to pierce the gap between long on and mid wicket, and that's not easy at all. That is the power of Richa Ghosh. That's what she needs to do. That's what she needed to do from ball one, and I'm glad she's going at it. She's doing exactly what a strength I am. But like you said, 170 seems like it seems.
Yeah, because the last over, Fatima Sana, is she done? Who's to bowl the last over? Let's see. I think it's Fatima Sana because I know Sadia is done. I know is done.
I like how both of us looked at Praatibh.
It's either Ramin or it's Fatima. Alright, let's see.
170 Jayega says female cricketers.
Meanwhile, Mannat says my mic isn't.
Yeah, because no, it should be fine, I guess.
Oh, acha.
So it'll work fine now. I'm not going to explain what it is.
Oh, look at Ashwin being all sassy.
Arey, it's not.
Models like you did not deserve.
No, it's
the
because
technicalities.
why
of
would you
broadcast.
care about it is my point. But anyway, Fatima Sana, last over of the innings, Deepti Sharma takes a single.
Like she. Good job. Kaha- Deepti, the ball's almost like inches away from Fatima. She's attempting to sneak around there. Like
You know that's like under 14, under 16 kids.
Just,
Like, yeah. It's like, damn, what a 19th over it was for the Indian team. Richa Ghosh taking on the attack. Oh, the last ball is a very, very underrated.
Yep, that is true.
Damn, Akshay's mic isn't working. Now it should. Now I'm sure
That's
it's a lag, so there's a 16-second gap.
Oh,
between chat and
Oh,
now it
is
should.
Okay.
Yeah, I can actually decrease that. I'll do that next time. But anyways,
Oh, that dip. Oh, but is that in the gap?
of course that's in the gap. That's 4 runs. You're not going to have a deep.
That was not a bad delivery. That's an excellent shot. 32-14. Richard races to a slower dipping, lower full toss. 84 clicks. Well done. She somehow picked the gap to perfection and executed that half sweep, half slog, whatever you want to call it. Well done.
That's true. That's that. I would. It's a sweep shot.
Sweep, fine.
That's
Correct. She'll get down on one knee.
Yeah, that's true. a brilliant shot, like you said. Very, very difficult to execute,
Yeah.
especially because she was also going down leg, which means the weight was also going towards the leg side. And to be able to play that sweep shot while having weight transfer towards the leg
Yep,
side,
exactly.
is quite. She makes difficult shots look. Is what I want to say. Woohoo! Female cricketers. Oh,
Oi!
what a good ball.
That is slow bouncer because she was too early on the shot there, Richa. She was already through with her bat swing when the ball hit her helmet.
You know something broadcasters should really do? First of all, I think they should show the field placement all the time.
Having my lungs out for the last 3.
About the field placement stuff. And they should show the pace of the ball consistently.
I mean, like, why are we even asking? Like, shouldn't this be a given?
Well, well, well.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that's
God,
a-
5 wides. So 170 is definitely
Let's
Five
go.
wides.
165.
was proper pace. I think that was like 108, 109, 110. Wow, that was really fiery. That was quick.
Yeah, no way
Yeah.
she was going to get any of her
Exactly,
gloves
yeah.
at it.
Yeah,
Damn. Fatima Sana, the captain.
struggling. After starting off so well, what 38 first 6, 36 next 5, 74, and then I want to say now by the end of
By the way, lads, if you guys are watching the match, you should remind yourself that Fatima Sana is just 24 years old. She's 24 years old and already the captain of Pakistan. And she's been the captain for quite a while right now. So, and she opens the bowling and she bats quite low, but she has one of the best strike rates in the team, if not the best.
fantastic striker of the slow
Oh,
one.
another
That was
wide,
wide.
another wide. Good take by the keeper, but another wide. We still have 3 deliveries to go for this innings to get over. India's 166 for 5 with Richa Ghosh on strike, 32 of 15, striking at more than 200 at the moment.
Fantastic stuff. So I was just looking at it. First 6 overs, they went at 6 runs per over. Next 5 overs, they've gone at 7.2. Next 5 overs, they've gone at 9. Last 4 overs, they've
Oh,
well done. Just smooth
yeah, yeah.
progression. Very, very, very well done.
Especially after the power play. Oh, she steps down. She, oh,
Here's the field. I
hopefully
don't-
gets 2. I'm
yeah.
hoping they should run.
Yeah, only 2. Not surely they have enough. Yeah, they
Thanks. But that was a very unlike Richa Ghosh shot. I don't think I've seen her stepping down the track to a fast.
I think I've seen her use her field. Not a lot. She relies on her power swing. And I think this is more a case of her wanting to hit it on the offside. Right?
It should be fine.
Apologies. Yeah.
Yeah. Last 2 balls of the innings.
Oh my god, that was there to be hit.
Yeah, that was there to be hit. Oh, that was just so slow.
Richa knows. She walks away with a wry smile, with a cheeky smile, showing all of her front teeth.
Lads, I know Akshay's mic is going on and off. After you come back from the innings break, it'll be
Oh.
sorted. I have a bit of an explanation. It'll be okay.
Apologies if I had some.
No, chill, chill.
Ooh.
To be fair,
I think it's actually, I don't know if it was bounce or if it just seemed or straightened a bit. Just
I was gonna say I think it straightened a
Yeah.
little bit. Also, why she missed the line of the ball. I mean, if you remove the batter, the fast bowler hit it top of off.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
fast bowler's
that's true.
dream. Fatima Sana, I mean, stepping up, she gets Richa Ghosh out. Last ball of the innings. Make a prediction. What's gonna happen? This goes 168 for 6. Are we going to see a 172?
170 target. I think I've not been too bad with my predictions. I just predict nice runs.
That is true. There you go. Akshay and I can't really read the chat. Cameo by Anil. Shriyanka Patil isn't a big surprise.
Reverse sweep. Expect the reverse sweep.
I was, I was gonna say, oh,
Scoop or she
that's-
shuffles. That should be a
is
wide.
that a wide?
Should be a wide. Yeah.
There you go. That's why. These are the only 2 shots she gets a boundary off.
Behind the square is all
Yeah.
she likes to.
Damn.
It's
I want to see the front on angle
yeah,
of this
it's
again.
definitely straightened. It's definitely straight.
But that was also very, very wild.
I love Richa's cheek smile as
Yeah.
if like when in school you commit a mistake, like you've made you've done something wrong and you just like that.
Last
Wait.
ball of the innings. Fatima Sana bowling.
Of
Oh
course
my
it's not
god!
the reverse. She doesn't get that at all. I said it'll either be the reverse or the scope. She's done both. She's done both
What?
to end the
Sometimes I
innings.
don't understand what goes
I don't
on.
think that's out, man. The impact's outside of.
Yeah, of course not. You know what we'll do? The innings is done. Okay, the innings is done. We'll wait for the review. I'll actually have a sweep technical breakdown of Smriti and why she's so bad at it on
Was
before
good, Priyanka.
on the sweep. I was giving him names. I think Richa is good at the sweep shot, slog sweep. I think Deepti
Shemi?
is good.
Deepti
Shemi is
is-
good. I think Harman is brilliant at it.
Oh, I don't think it's hit her pad either. The glove.
Oh, why isn't there the sneak? Why isn't the sneakometer out?
They never. It's first always plain eye
No, but
test. Then comes
wasn't there a
ultra.
review before this? Oh no, that was a sorry, ultra edge.
Yes, let's
All right, so that's not out. So you're again right. They get us. Oh no, the target's
170.
171.
Yeah, the target's one.
Well, there you go. That's the break that we all deserve. We will be back for the second innings, but we'll also have a technical breakdown. Let me just set a few things up. We'll have a technical breakdown, but for now, we'll go for a short. All right, so the target's 171, and we went on about how Smriti Mandana struggles against, not struggles, but the sweep shot is just technically bad for her. It's the last shot she usually goes for, but in this innings, we saw her go to the sweep shot a lot. Now, I did go on about how it's technically very, very wrong, and this is why. According to us, and the three of us are in agreement. Jemmy plays the sweep shot quite well, Deepti Sharma, Richa Ghosh, Harmanpreet Kaur, and they all have something in common. It's the fact that the head goes towards the ball, which is very, very important when you play the sweep shot, where your weight transfer. So imagine, I don't know if you can see the ball, but the ball's around the good length area, good length full between that. And for starters, you would want to reach the pitch of the ball either with your leg or with your head, because you want your head position to go towards the ball. Now what Smriti usually does is, because of her trigger, so she has a back and a cross movement, and because of that her head falls across. So I wish I had stumps, but I don't have stumps. So her head falls across, and because of that, when she does play the sweep shot, she's not towards the ball, but she's beside the line of the ball. Now what happens is, usually she can't control her sweep shot, which is also why a lot of her sweep shot feel like a slog sweep more than a control sweep like a Jemmy or a Deepti, because her head falls across and it's not towards the ball. What happens if your head is over the ball is the fact that you're able to control the ball. Either you play under the ball, in the air, or over the ball, along the ground. You're in much more control while playing it, while having your head towards the ball. So now, if I were to show a side on angle of this, is now when I say to have the head towards the ball, you would easily have your head above your legs and towards the ball. But what Smriti does is have her head across, fall across, which is not the most ideal way to play the sweep shot. Now I don't know if they're going to change anything or go on a break. They will need to tell me that. Can you guys go on a break? Well, see you guys when the inning starts.
All right, and we are back for the start of the second innings. Pakistan are going to be chasing 171. Is that right? Awesome. It's going to be. It should be a straightforward game for India. It seems that Arundhati Reddy is going to be starting off with proceedings. Um, Very interesting move on the fast bowlers. Firstly, I think a lot of us were expecting Renuka to at least be there, but India have decided to go in with two youngsters, which I'm actually happy with considering the opposition that is out there. Yeah. What do you have to say on the openers?
Muniba Ali, Gul Feroza, again, not too bad. They haven't done too badly in the recent past. Muniba, of course, everyone remembers she's been a part of the Pakistani setup for the better part of this decade. Has done reasonably well for them as one of the more dependable batters. Strike rate, of course, 98 is a bit of a concern when you look at it from a career perspective, but off late, she's actually picked up on that too. She become a lot more aggressive this year. Her ability to, attack and not just attack, but to actually loft the ball over the circle in the power play has improved remarkably in the last year or so. And it's also been a conscious effort on her part to not just play along the ground, which is what she usually does. And she's, I think, a lot more capable versus pace compared to spin. So that's another thing to keep in mind. In fact, when I was doing some of the previews for my channel with Jeet, so Jeet is again another person who follows women's cricket extensively, which also reminds me, do follow Women's Cricket by JB. Ensure you've liked the watch along, because that's how YouTube decides to show it to more people. If it sees more likes, it decides to push it across. So that's how the algorithm works. Please help us feed the algorithm. Also, subscribe to Women's Cricket Central for in-depth analysis like our boys over here. So he also had to mention that Muniba is a wicket candidate, a stumping candidate in particular versus Deepti Sharma. First ball. Oh, cuts it uppishly for a boundary. We saw 6 first up for India, a 4 first up here for Pakistan. And Muniba Ali, I guess, how are they going to play here?
Well, it looks like it's going to go only one way, and that is to attack, at least from Muniba. Now, she's come across the ranks in age group cricket. I was reading up on Muniba, and she's just found this way to score heaps and heaps of runs. Also made her debut really early, way back in 2016. So she's been around for 10 years, having cemented her place as an opener only about 5 years ago. So, I mean, this is the apt start. It's clear that they want to go for the attacking gameplay, and they'll have to because they're chasing 171. It's not going to be easy. Proactive fielding there from Bharti, ensuring that they don't go for the second run. And yeah, it clearly seems that Pakistan has come out with intent. So let's see how this innings goes.
And this is something we've seen with Pakistan in the recent past. They've tried to be more attacking. In fact, across the 20 years of T20I cricket that they've been playing, 2025 and 2026 are the only 2 calendar years where they've scored in excess of 6 runs at a rate in excess of over. And this year they're already going at 8.5.
Right.
Of course, a lot of it has to do with the fact that they
Zimbabwe.
played Zimbabwe. But even then, if you take that out, they're still scoring at 6.6, 6.7, which isn't too bad either. Oh, that's a wide,
It's
I
a
guess.
little bit of movement
Yeah.
inwards in the air.
That's classic Arundhati.
Yeah.
She has the ability to get the ball into right-handers or away from left-handers, even at the 6th, 7th over. 91.8 clicks. I don't think that was a slow one either.
Yeah, that's just possibly a loosener. Maybe she's still getting into her stride, but yeah, you would expect a little better pace from Arundhati because it wasn't a slower ball either. So India's got deep square and deep point is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Say it was. So it's an interesting field. You'd like to think that India want to sort of use that halfish length, that goodish and back of a length, make the batters play cross batted, play square of the wicket. That's where they are protecting the boundaries. They don't want them to hit straight.
Yeah. Importantly, let the surface do it.
Yeah.
If you just bowl too full, you're not really allowing it to extract. I mean, you're not really letting yourself extract anything from the surface. So that's also smart in terms of the lengths. Once again,
It's
you
well
can see
bowled.
that they are trying to bowl those in between or at least slightly shorter lengths. Good on them, but 7 of the first 5 deliveries. And with Pakistan, another thing is the kind of squad.
Mhm.
The Sidra Amin, who's been arguably the most dropping someone like her and bringing in Aisha Zafar, Iman Fatima, all of these were moves with a very clear message. Batters to score, at a quicker rate, and they're not just looking for volume, which is a very good sign once again.
And there's also a lot that's been said about Iman Fatima, right? I think she's
Oh,
just 21 years of age, an exciting talent. And so to blood her in an encounter like this, getting her to play this India game, augurs well for them. It's at least along the lines of them thinking progressively and looking to be proactive with their youngsters. Now, there's a little bit of Arundhati going down the leg side. She's straying a little bit. She would want to have it slightly more outside off stump. But Harman's also not too impressed with that. And this is the line that you would ideally want her to ball around that off, middle off stump, especially because she is someone who, with her action as well, tends to take the ball into the right hander. So you'd want to always start outside off.
I want to see if they now bring in a spinner or they go to Kranti guard immediately. But once again, Kranti is not someone who exactly moves the ball in the air. She is someone who gets the ball to dart into right-handers or away from the left-handers. Someone who gets the ball to move off the surface, and this already seems like a surface that has some seam movement to offer. So that once again works in Kranti's favor. But on the other hand, I do believe Muniba has a tendency to sort of lose a wicket trying to attack the spinners. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I mean, if you look at it in terms of just T20 records, and I have them in front of me for India-Pakistan matchups, Deepti has been the highest wicket taker for India. It's interesting that they've started with Shriyanka. I don't mind this move actually, especially to the left-handed Muniba. Shriyanka, obviously the offie is going to obviously get a lot of spin against. We've seen
She
this
has
on the
the
pitch.
arm ball as well that
Yeah.
comes into
And
the
they're
left
starting with a
handers.
slip.
Oh,
Exactly that.
off break that. Yeah, and this is what I was trying to say exactly. She has a tendency to lose a wicket to spinners trying to attack them. So yeah, good ball. This lovely ball, bang on with the length, bang on with the pace.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of purchase of the
Yeah,
wicket,
yeah.
both in terms of deviation as well as a bounce that she's gotten.
Good revs on the ball.
I think Shriyanka is one of the few spinners who gives it as much of a rip. I think the other one, Sri Charani, who
Oh,
also does a
for sure.
really good job. Because with Deepti and Radha, they've become darters over the years.
Oh,
Ooh, that is a lovely delivery.
Lovely ball.
Richa will have to be a little more attentive behind the stump. She's not collected the first one cleanly. The second one's an absolute sitter that she's dropped. It's
Wait,
not an
you
edge.
think yeah?
Yeah, that's a straightforward collect.
No, I didn't know there was an
Oh
edge.
no, was there an edge?
No, I thought you said there was an edge.
Oh no.
Oh,
There was, ooh, an
okay,
edge.
now it did. I don't. Okay,
Well-
but I don't know. Based on the reactions, I don't. A shot.
This one's
ball.
dropped slightly short, and this is what can happen when sometimes you try to give it too much of a rip,
Yeah.
is you can lose your length.
There in-
I'm not sure, yeah. Maybe the
Oh,
slightest
yeah,
of
guess,
edges,
yeah,
I think.
there
Yeah.
was an edge. At least based on Shriyanka's reaction.
Now Shriyanka to the right-handed Feroza. I want to see who the deep fielders are. I think it'll paint a picture of the kind of lines and lengths that she's looking to ball.
मार गंदा बॉल था यार इसको सब चौका मारना चाहिए
All right.
I was about to mention Arundhati has to be one
Yeah.
damn good.
And she's
Jemmy has to be
possibly
other.
a deep square. Yeah, and it's Jemmy along with her.
I think they have a deep square and a deep, both on the leg side. Firoza.
That would make sense.
Kemi is usually stationed at deep anyway.
Oh, that's a lovely ball once
lovely
again.
Ball.
Brilliant bowling from Shriyanka. And I think the Indians have also picked a leaf out of or taken a cue from the Pakistani bowler. Right? They're right on the money in terms of the lengths they're looking to hit,
Yeah.
and also the pace in this over has been brilliant from Shriyanka.
She's varied it nicely. The
Yeah.
last one was 78 click. She's also bowled at 87 full, but okay. Excellent over. Just 3 runs coming off of it. Brilliant stuff from Shriyanka. Lovely. And this is exactly why we want. Right?
Yeah.
She's someone who can do this across phases, has those variations to keep the batters on their toes. So well done, man. Always love watching her bowl.
Yeah, because this is also somewhere where India could have very easily started off with Deepti. It's a set template.
Yeah.
It's very easy to just stick to that in a game like this where you know that you have the upper hand. But I think credit to them for giving it to Shriyanka, letting her start off with the new ball. In fact, she's done it a lot this particular year. She has balled a fair bit in the power play. We'll try getting the numbers if we can. So it's not a new role for her. It's just a toss-up between the both.
We'll stick with Arundhati Reddy for the third one.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's too early for a change. Well.
Right on cue, we see Kranti replace Arundhati.
Well, I am disappointed. With Kranti, I'd hope. Ooh, that's well played.
Risky shot, but she gets those rewards. a brilliant boundary this for Muniba Ali. Interesting shot, attempts the scoop here. I don't think this was a bad delivery from
Yeah,
Kranti.
yeah.
Exactly what we expected off of her. That's the length that she needs to hit to also try and get some off the surface. I think had this even straightened a bit and Muniba would have been gone for all money. Thankfully, the ball just came straight. And yeah, Muniba was able to scoop it past, shot fine. Bharti full Mali, I want to say, was stationed there and yeah, couldn't really have done much.
This is the kind of game where, especially with runs on the board for India and Kranti in the side, getting a preference possibly over Renuka, you'd want her to do well, augurs well for her confidence, especially because she hasn't had the best year at all. She firstly didn't get a lot of overs to bowl in the WPL. When she did, she wasn't her usual best. Been expensive. She's not gotten wickets. And so you would hope that in a game like this against not such a strong opposition, she's able to chip in, get her confidence going for the rest of the tournament.
Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, we're being shown snippets of Smriti's of 44 balls.
Oh, that's a
poor
misfield at
fielding.
point.
That should be a boundary there. Poor effort by, once again, Bharti Fulmali this time at point. Not a bad ball. She did not give any width whatsoever to Firoza. All Firoza had done was just to sort of nudge it towards point, and Bharti made an absolute mess of it. At shot third, I want to say.
Safe to say, Bharti is not having a good game at all.
Did not gauge the speed of the ball at all. She was too late to get down. Well done. Well done. Right. I hope now everything's fine. I think that comment had come in much before.
Much before.
Fourth ball of the over. And Kranti, once again, same length.
Slightly wider than she
Yeah.
would like, but she's got protection there, so it's all right.
All right.
Yeah, I
10
do
runs
think-
already of this over. She would want to get out of it without any more. Yeah. Any more cuts on her arm. I want to see. I don't know what else to say.
Cuts on.
That's actually that. That's not something. I'll take that. Shameless.
For people who have just tuned in by any stroke of luck, definitely hit that like button. Subscribe to Women's Cricket Central as well as Women's Cricket by JB. We are going to be covering each and every single game for India this World Cup.
Oh, that's
Kranti's
another boundary.
completely lost her line here. She's gone for another short of length delivery. Same thing on off stump would have been nice. But there's been a little bit of a shuffle from Muniba, and she's actually moved around a fair bit in the crease already to get these boundaries. So good on her.
And this is where I feel a right hand, left hand combination in women's cricket makes a massive difference, makes a much bigger difference than men's cricket, especially because bowlers aren't used to, having to adjust their lines. And that's why they take a bit of time. This is Kranti's first over. And in general, she isn't exactly known for her accuracy. She tends to be a bit erratic, a bit wayward. And that's definitely played a role over here. Because I think she's nailed her lengths. I have no issues with her lengths, but her lines have been... They're an edge, but that was a hit me delivery. I think Muniba's missed out here. Even she knows that.
Is that an edge?
I don't think there was an
Find out,
edge though.
yeah.
I think it just moved away late. But yeah, a dot ball to end the over. 113 clicks is what the speed gun had to say. Impressive. But yeah, very erratic once again. She's bowled wide outside the off stump to Gul Firoza, wide outside the off stump to Muniba Ali. She's bowled two straight to Muniba Ali. A couple of deliveries were really good, so she's bowled all over the place. That's something she will want to correct for sure.
It feels like a typical chaotic Kranti over that has been the story for her this year around. Like,
Exactly.
and this is why she's still back, right? Because the good deliveries and at the pace at which she's bowling, she can really create impact. We've seen this in England in the ODIs as well. She's taken a 6 for, and it's always to do with the line because she's hitting the length. If she just gets her lines right, she's not the easiest bowler to face.
That is true. Meanwhile, Shreyanka continues from the other end. Yeah, let's see what Firoza does here because Firoza would also want to get a move on. 7 of 8 is what she's at right now. 7 of 6, beg your pardon. Birmingham.
I think it wouldn't be the worst. Okay, so Gul Firoza gets a boundary. It's updated. Oh, all right. That ball is yet to happen here. I just looked at the scorecard. Well, I'm going to predict a boundary. Well,
Oh,
I was
a
correct.
slightly short.
Ah.
Yeah, manages to half pull, half swipe it past whoever the fielder was catching mid wicket, Harmanpreet Kaur, I guess. And yeah, that goes for a boundary. Second one for Firoza, first one for Shreyanka Patil tonight. 29 for no loss, 3.1 overs. I want to say a really good start for them.
Brilliant start, all things considered, especially in a chase like this, with an Indian lineup that is fairly good, not fairly good with the ball, decent with the ball is what I'd want to say. And picking that gap, it's not the easiest to get that mid wicket with a deep backward square gap, but she's done it to perfection. Goes again,
Slows it
she
up.
tries to target the
Other
same
side
area.
of Smriti, not
Yeah,
Harman over
yeah.
there. But yeah, I think they've also changed their field now. They did not have a deep mid wicket for the previous
Earlier,
delivery.
yeah.
They brought that in, and the mid wicket moved a lot more squarer, almost in. Smriti was stationed between conventional square leg and conventional mid wicket. In between, and they have a back. Yeah, they have a backward square leg, and they also have, of course, a deep mid wicket. So interesting field placement that. Right, let's see what
More
Muniba does
effective to the
here.
lefty.
I
Down
gets
the
a
leg.
line wrong. Muniba latches onto it.
Well, this is where experience comes into the picture. And this is the only reason why even Ashwin and here on were talking about the inclusion of Renuka, because despite the fact that she might not be in the best of forms, it's just good to have that one experienced bowler from one end. And I don't mind this move, but if you are going to be doing this, you need to have better lines. Lengths are okay. There's good pace variation, but India are just getting a little sloppy with their lines.
Brilliant stuff. Excellent opening partnership. This 34 of the first 21 deliveries.
They're
And
going at over 10s.
yeah, parting probably same. No, actually, I don't think they've had any streaky bounties as such. All of them have been timed.
I will say they have been a little innovative and
Yeah.
inventive. They've maneuvered the field well and known where to hit the
Good
bound.
ball. They maybe you can probably argue Bharti Fulmali's fielding laps gave them one, but that's still a fielding laps. That's not a streaky boundary in terms of them not timing it or connecting it. So good on both Muniba and Firoza. They've given a more than decent start to Pakistan over here, and they would want to continue doing that. Oh my word!
That goes
Could that
up.
be a wicket there? First one. Oh my goodness!
That's dropped by,
Arundhati
I want to
Reddy.
say Arundhati. Yeah, Arundhati generally a very safe
Yeah, one of
pair
the
of
most-
hands, one of the better fielders in this side. And it seems like India are slightly getting nervy here. It wasn't the easiest of chances, but you expect someone of Arundhati's caliber to be taking that 9 times out of 10. This was the one. That was a good ball, enticing Muniba to come down the pitch. And
Oh
she's
my
got there, she's
God.
made the ground, and she's just not been able to hold on to it, which she will be extremely disappointed by. And that's rubbing salt into the wound. Beautifully played. Oh, that's just
Oh,
a
that's
single.
just a single. Okay, but lovely shot.
Well, we thought that was a boundary.
Yeah, at least the way it crossed the fielder at square at cover, I thought it was going for a boundary, but nonetheless, a very good over once again for Pakistan. How many runs came of that? 10, 12 runs came of that over. So 37 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. Really cruising over here. What? 171 target. They need another 134 runs of the last 16 overs. 8.5. So there and thereabouts, they're really doing a good job. 8.3, 8.4. So nice, good stuff. Once again, wasn't expecting the start at all. Surely Arundhati now comes back into the attack.
Yeah, it would make sense for them to do that. But at the same time, I'm just thinking of it from a player's point of view, the messaging that sends across. Because Kranti, as it is, isn't in the best of form, isn't in the best of confidence. Would it just make sense to give her one over, take that gamble, just give her a chance and say, hey, we're giving you this over. We know that you can hit the length. Do you want to hit that line and see what happens?
I feel it's a double edge.
Well,
Oh my word.
they bring in Deepti, they go for the experience, something that we did touch upon, in fact.
I want to see what Muniba does here.
Oi, that's a
nice
good ball.
nice
Slowed
ball.
up from Deepti.
Yeah,
70 clicks.
not something we see, but nicely done. Over the wicket. Well bowled. Well bowled. I want to see what Muniba does this over.
That is a nice angle from Deepti. I
Yeah.
actually like that. Fire one in at some point in this over. Slowed again. Short and
Oh.
wide cuts, but doesn't get the gap.
Muniba.
He's actually lucky that she didn't get her head chopped off with that ball.
And I mean, Deepti is also lucky. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
definitely a hit me delivery that
Yeah.
Muniba will be rowing her miss chance. She would have wanted to capitalize on that. Let's see. Let's see. Once again, Deepti herself has not been in the greatest of bowling form in 2026. So she will want to correct that this time around. Known for big match temperament, player of the series, a player of the tournament in the 2025 ODI World Cup. Victorious 2025 ODI World Cup, if I may say so. So, yeah, let us see. Let us see.
Deepti's numbers versus Pakistan are interesting. I'll get to it after this delivery.
On 3 dot ball, something has to give in. Ooh.
Steps out, tries to clear something,
Yeah.
but ends up getting just a single. Now, Deepti is India's highest wicket taker against Pakistan in T20 eyes. She is gone at 6.6, strike rate of 14.2. So you expect her to be able to get wickets. That is something that India have also got her in for, along with the fact that she can actually stem the flow of runs. So let's see how this goes. So far, something that's been different is that Deepti's tossed it up a lot more.
That's true. That's true.
Off late, she's been very quick and tried to hit almost a Yorker length consistently. So this will be nice to watch.
4 balls left in the over. What can Gul Firoza do here?
Well, Ashwin's
Attempts the
celebration.
reverse sweep. Oh, she's hit it straight to the fielder at point, and Bharti Fulmali makes the catch to give India their first wicket here. Much needed breakthrough this. Pakistan had a brilliant opening partnership, to be honest. 38 for no loss. That's what India had at the end of their power play, and that's what Pakistan were at. 7 balls ahead of it. So well done there, and an important wicket. Excellent over so far from Deepti Sharma, and she is also, she's also gotten the rewards for it. A nice wicket there. Gul Firoza, interesting shot, trying to
Yeah.
reverse sweep it. I don't know if that shot was on, to be honest. I haven't seen her play that much.
True, especially against also the run of play, because I don't know if there was necessarily a need for her to be the aggressor, considering how well Muniba has been going. Clearly, she was looking to get that gap because there was no fielder deep on the offside, at least in the point region. So that's what she was targeting. But with the kind of line that Deepti was bowling, she was always going to be going not only against the turn, but also against the general run of.
I agree. While one more ball left, I think, in the is over, and I would imagine Aisha Zafar will be walking in at number 3. I, by the way, just realized I don't think Iman Fatema's today. They've brought in Natalia Parvi.
Right.
So there are two names that, Diana Baig and Natalia Parvez both. Diana Baig and Iman Fatima both have not been played today. They've instead gone ahead with Tasmia Rubab and Natalia Parvez. So interesting. Natalia is also someone who will offer a lot of value with the bat. So that's something that they will need. Aisha Zafar, of course. She's also not done too badly this year. Has been very aggressive, especially against Zimbabwe. She was easily the most aggressive batter versus them. But once again, comes with that caveat.
That it
Let's see if
was
she can.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Bad.
Last ball of the fifth over. It's a short
Line
bad delivery
halka sa
again on
galat.
the line.
Okay, not okay.
Lucky.
Oh, just a single. Oh, come on, man.
That'll be the end of 5 overs, 39 for 1, and a change in commentary.
All right, now before we watch the match and talk about the match, well, anyways, there's a bail problem currently. But before that, let's talk about the woman who's walked into bat at number 3, Aisha Zafar. She's coming in with great form. Since the last T20 World Cup, she strikes at 152. She's the only, or will be one of the only batters to bat at number 3 to strike at more than 150 since the last T20 World Cup. And more than that, she's coming in with great form because she scored 100 and a 50, as in a half century and a century, against Zimbabwe right before the tri series that Pakistan played. So they are coming in with great form. Let's go watch Arundhati Reddy run into bowl to Aisha Zafar and bowling it down leg, and Richa Ghosh, not surprisingly, fumbling it. That's back to normal comms.
What up?
All right, so it's very interesting where India is at with. I mean, with all the criticism that all of us had towards Deepti Sharma, she was the first one to give a breakthrough. So that says something.
Yeah. And I think coming into this World Cup, a lot has already been spoken about their bowling and how that is a weak point for the Indian side. The experienced players haven't been in form. The inexperienced players have also struggled a bit. Arundhati coming back here for a second over, I think I'm okay with this, but once again, it's about the kind of line she hits. India will be more comfortable once they do get into those middle overs because that's where they've made a lot of their bowling success in terms of Sri Charani, Shriyanka Patil, the spinners coming into action, Deepthi as well. That's something worth watching out. Oh, she chipped it. It's gone over the infield, and that's actually a really well timed shot.
That's a. I was going to say she played across the line. There was a lot of risk involved, but with a lot of risk, you get a lot of reward, and that's exactly what she's gotten. She played that extremely well. In fact, over mid wicket, the only fielder that she had to clear, then she cleared it with ease. 5 off 3, getting a boundary. Again, with the strike rate of more than 150 since the last T20 World Cup, it's not a surprise that she's able to do this. It's only about consistency. How often will she be able to do this, especially against bigger team like India?
I mean, as they'd say, dispatched with Dane. That's what that shot was.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would Akshay and Praatibh were talking about how the lengths have been okay. It's the line that's the worrying bit. And to be fair, the lines in this over hasn't been the worst, except Pakistan continue to get the rewards. Another outside edge, not another outside. If anything, the first outside edge goes past backward point for a 4.
Yeah.
Why
And
isn't there a third man?
yeah, India have not particularly got their feet all that well done, but I think that also has to do with kind of lines and missed lines that the Indian bowlers have
It's
had on display.
it's quite a
Yeah,
surprise that you wouldn't have a third man to a fast bowler,
true.
which means where is she? That she's supposed to be very, very strict
Wait,
with her line.
yeah.
Stick it to the stumps. Well, now you.
See if
That's
there's
not even a third.
that's possibly the line
Ah.
that Harman wants from Arundhati, but they still.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way India have gone about their bowlers. I thought the bowling changes were quite fine. I think they were quite reasonable. I just didn't think they were consistent. And yeah, the field placement bit is even Muniba. I think Muniba since the last T20 World Cup. Let me look at my stats. Has been the second highest runs for Pakistan, averaging 25 with a strike rate closing around 130. So all of these girls in the top 4 and 5, and Fatima Sana, who
Yeah.
comes in as they strike quite well, which is what the worrying part would be if you're an Indian fan and the Indian bowling. That's not even a ball two cut, but then she finally got the ball. Radha Yadav on the field, which is good. Because Radha Yadav is one of the best, if not the best fielder for the Indian team, even if she's not playing. We saw this a lot in the ODI World Cup,
Yeah.
that she would always be in the field. It's 50 up for Pakistan in
That
less
was
than
quick.
6 overs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a 50 within the power play, and that's something that Pakistan can actually be really proud of because the way they've gone about this game clearly shows that intent for them. Now, yeah, I'm just waiting for the middle overs to begin because that's where India will really get the chokehold. But the pitch has definitely gotten better. Once again,
Oh
slightly
my.
staying in line. It's a misfield at fine leg. Kranti will cut that. She does come around. So once again, lucky that it's not gone for a boundary, and there's been a lot of that. Of course, it's Deepti Shah.
Well, it's 14 runs more than the Indian team after the power play. It's 52 for 1 in 6. The Indian team should be worried at the moment. It's what, 120 or 2 or less than 1.
Yeah.
Well, we have an internet issue, is all I can say.
Well,
Well,
we're buffering.
the stream seems to be,
Team seems okay.
but
Had this a couple of times,
oh, okay.
but that's okay. Yeah, like the first time when we started off this stint,
Oh,
like the second innings.
oh, I didn't realize that. But yeah,
Is there
120.
anything in chat?
Chat's gone quite dull. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, let us know what you think on chat. Let us know how the Indian team is doing. If you have any questions, I know it's a long watch, and it's not the most interesting game, but it seems to be interesting now. I mean, Pakistan have
Yeah.
really got going, and if this is the case, then things might get a little more interesting in the end.
Yeah, I think my worry is that the top four are able to take the game deep enough where Fatma Sana just comes in and finishes it off. And that's honestly the only thing that India need to be about.
Yeah, I mean, what can India do now? Who do you think? I think they bring on Shriyanka Patil right after the power play. I
Or
don't.
maybe even Sri Charani.
Oh yeah, they bring. I think the only hesitation might be I don't even. I think Sri Charani is good against the right-handed
Yes. Yeah.
first, but I wouldn't be surprised if. Sorry about that. I wouldn't be surprised if Priyanka Patil is given another over right after the power play. I just think it's a good option, and I think it's a wicket-taking option. But that being said, I'm okay with Sri Charani.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that happens now is that the field spreads out. So you have enough players on the boundary for Pakistan to not just get away with boundaries, even if the lines are wavered from the Indian bowler's point of view. And that's something that India will hope to build on. Why this ad break is so incredibly long.
Yeah.
But
We
yes,
don't. Rohan says. Can't pronounce.
Ashwin's trying to read. uh, oh, Kashu Bhaiya says, we don't want humiliation
World Cup
in
first match.
yeah.
Well, that is true. We don't want the humiliation, but you never know. This might just. I don't want. I don't want India to lose
The
against
impetus,
Pakistan.
be the impetus. Well, Akshay is celebrating, so I think something's gone right. He's in the background. I'm hoping that India's gotten a wicket.
Yeah, I don't think Akshay will be celebrating.
Well,
India's gotten a wicket is all.
it seems that. Okay, Akshay says he was just celebrating.
Oh, Deepti
Pakistan being
Sharma
ahead.
continues, which is a surprise to me. But she got that one wicket, so
Yeah,
who am I to say anything to
I
her?
don't mind this actually. Like, let the bowler who's actually done well get an extra over. Not even an extra over, just her next over.
That's consolidate over 7 of 14. This is where teams consolidate. At this point, India needs to consolidate because of how far ahead Pakistan are at the moment. The only thing is, I mean, you have Fatima Sana in the lower middle order. You also have
Alia Riaz.
in the lower middle order, but in between, you don't really have a lot of scorers.
Wee, that's
Deepti
who
Sharma
it up
slowing it
against?
up, giving it a
Actually,
lot of
yeah,
air.
this is really good from Deepti. Happy to see her using her pace. And I feel like the surprise element is going to be that quicker delivery that comes out pinpoint as a Yorker. At least that's what she will try and do.
Well, we have
During drinks
Majumdar
break.
boy giving a lot of tactical advice. Hopefully, use your brains. Use your brains is what he said. Your brains. A lot of stern words being said. Hopefully, we see a difference. Hopefully, if you're an Indian team fan, which we surely are.
Oh, that's a lovely delivery. Getting it to turn as well.
Zafar didn't read the line and length at. I mean, she didn't read the length at all.
One's enjoying
Well,
this.
there's
She
something.
should.
Oh, that. Oh, I know what's happened. Oh my
Catch
god.
that! That is a
Oh my
really good low catch at fine leg. And Deepti gets her second wicket, slowing it up once again. Actually, not the best line. It was there to hit.
Well, I'm
Gets the
glad you
wicket.
said that. Glad, because that's not the best delivery, but it's the best result for the Indian team. One of the best batters for Pakistan is out dismissed for just 12. And this is exactly what the Indian team needs, especially after the break. Not the best of deliveries, but I don't think Deepti Sharma is going to complain. She plays the sweep shot straight to short fine leg, and that's a fantastic catch. That's a clutch catch, especially because of how low it was. I can't really. Oh, I think it's Sriyanka Patil in fine leg.
Might be, yeah.
And-
And that was a full-blooded sweep. It wasn't a half-hearted shot. I think she's got most of it.
And that's
Yeah.
53 for 2. Oh, that's Smriti Mandana in fine leg. Oh, that's a shocker that she got it. It's a joke. It's a joke. I promise. That's 53 for 2.
Nice.
I promise you. I like Smriti. Promise.
Smriti hater.
Well, the second we had a chat, this is why you guys need to talk in chat. Because if you guys talk in chat, there's wickets falling. And that's 2 wickets in the span of 3 overs. And this is exactly what the Indian team needs. For all the slack that Deepti Sharma got, this might possibly be another fifer.
This might possibly be another player of the tour for Deepti.
You
Let's see,
never
time
know,
will
you
tell.
never know. And all the thing that I said about how this might be a last T20 World Cup might just go down the drain. Which is why
Well.
I'm a quote-unquote Anil.
Nothing. Huh? Nothing. He's going to put himself down. We don't need that.
All right then. Right
Yeah,
after a wicket, we have Deepti Sharma. Negative line bowling. I mean, it's not a big surprise. She loves bowling negative line to right-handers. Now, if you don't know what negative line is,
It's basically bowling around the pads. It's targeting that leg stump line. So that what you're trying to do is trying to kind of cramp the batter for room and make them play out of their box to try and get runs. You see this a lot in test matches. Unfortunately, there are not enough test matches yet in women's cricket, but you will start seeing more of this as time progresses.
that was a good catch from Smriti. All. Oh my
Oi.
god!
Rich has
Richa-
been absolutely terrible behind the stumps, and I have no qualms saying that at all because it's just been look at your gloves, look at your hands.
just been that kind of day for Richa where she's not able to hold on anything.
It's a little comical in slow motion, not gonna lie. Once again.
Deepti Sharma is slowing it up quite a bit, and this is very impressive from her because
Wait.
she, for whatever reason, went on this rampage and streak of just trying to bowl quicker and quicker and quicker, and she forgot what it's like to be a spinner. Now she's waiting her pace, giving it air, slowing it up. To be fair, we did this. Did see this in the third T20 against
Africa.
England for the first over, and then I think she forgot about it. But it's good to see her continuing that in the second over. This is a very dirty thigh pad behind you. Oh, dude, because that thigh pad is, I think, what, 16 years old. It's
That's
men's
just
size.
a pad though. iPad.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's not even a
Clarification.
thigh pad. It's a proper leg pad. It's 16 years old. It was my first pad, and it's men's size. Imagine. I don't even know how I walked around with it.
It's actually massive.
Oh,
I didn't even know when that
I didn't
happened.
even realize that it's supposed to be up top, but
Well, Sri Charani comes into the attack as expected.
the first time. Oh,
Starts off against the left-hander. There is protection
that's
down
that's
there.
a good field. That's a good field. So I'm assuming there's long on for the left-hander. For Muniba, there's long on. There'll be deep mid wicket and there'll be a square leg.
Well, like, there's another fielder somewhere. Yes, they just have. But so Charani starts off once again loopy as always, but something you'll see, and you can compare this between Charani's and Deepti, that when Deepti bowls it slow is when she gets like purchase and loop, but Charani at a faster pace is still able to do that.
Oh my God! Do you want to know the efficiency? So
Oi.
shout out to Nikita. She's a researcher. She helps us with women's episodes every Monday and a lot of content. Their catching efficiency in this World Cup is 58%, which means
Damn.
almost every other catch is being dropped.
Well, I think it's time to add on to PL
31
catches.
drops in 6 games, dude. That's
Wait,
insane.
what?
Yeah. Akshay, are you listening to this?
That's
31 drops in
insane.
6 games. Oh, that's again loopy from Sri Charani. Sri Charani, one of her most lethal weapons, is again wearing her pace, but she does that very, very well because she doesn't give it away in her action, and she's accurate enough to bowl 2 balls. Was that an edge? Is that why they're looking at it again and again? Oh, that
Ooh.
was not. That was no edge. Well, Sri Charani is now going to be in action because Akshay looks sad. She bowls another loopy delivery. Oh, that's a leading edge. and
Beautiful.
What a catch to
Taken.
covers. This is where you see the Pakistan team hopefully tumbling down. It's not a surprise that Sri Charini, very first over gets a wicket. She's a real wicket taker. She's the real wicket taker for this Indian team. The highest wicket taker for the team this year, last year in the T20 format. Well, she's been one great bowler for the team, and she's so very young. Right. Plays across the
Yes, sir.
line all over the place, leading edge, and Harmanpreet Kaur gets a very, very easy catch, 5.7.
So we have a very interesting stat once again from Nikita, where basically if Sri Charani is bowling under 75 clicks, or rather Deepti, I'll just have to see that.
Deepti Sharma. Oh,
Deepti
no.
Sharma.
Oh, no. So it's just,
just
generally on
generally,
this
yeah.
pitch, less than 75 kilometers per hour, the economy rate of spinners is 5.7, and above 75 kilometers per hour is 8.6. And Deepti Sharma and and Sri Charani are bowling less than 75 kilometers per hour. But and we saw Shriyanka Patil in a very first over bowl. Maybe it's also why she was expensive. But it's good to see Deepti Sharma slowing it up. Not every day
Yeah.
you see.
Yeah, I think it's clear that the slower you bowl on this pitch to a certain extent, there is purchase for the spinners, not only in terms of how much it's turning, but also in terms of the bounce they're able to extend.
That is true. Why Yashtika Bhatia isn't playing? Roll back to initially right before the toss. You'll get your answer, but she isn't playing because she should.
Yeah, the thing is, Yastika Bhatia's efficiency after the power play drops greatly.
Oh, that's
top
one-
edged again, and there
there's
is
no
nobody
fielder
there. Long on runs in only.
All
to
right,
get-
so we have feedback. We like this feedback. I'm going to read out the feedback, guys. Guys, to keep the live interactive, please keep reading chats. That's what makes us watch live. Otherwise, there's no point. That's why
Awesome.
views dropping. No, we get that. It's just that there are no chats. We'll read chats.
we need you to keep sending chats so that we can interact with you a lot. Oh, that's another lovely delivery from Sri Charani. She's bang on the
that was
money
much
this time.
quicker,
83
83,
clicks.
yeah.
And she still got that much purchase, which is
Thanks,
what sets her
Pranay, for the
apart.
feedback. Guys, if you put stuff in the chat, we will interact.
And definitely hit that like button. Subscribe to Women's Cricket Central. Subscribe to Women's Cricket by JB. We're going to be doing this every single India game this World Cup.
Yes. Charini getting a wicket in the first over. That's ideal. Pakistan 59 for 3. They were 52 by the end of 6.
Yeah.
And in the next 2 overs, not only did they only get 7 runs,
Runs.
India got 2 wickets. India looking in a very good position at this moment. Now it should be, hopefully, I think I wouldn't be surprised. I will be surprised if Deepti Sharma doesn't. Well, there you go, Deepti.
Fair.
I saw
Just-
some of Pratt's matches in Crick Heroes. Oh, how was that?
Oh, that seemed
That might be straight.
outside the off stump. I think it's done enough.
Bat.
It's turned back
Deepti
enough.
Singh bat to nahi laga, but it might be going outside the off stump.
Itna sa, of
Harmanpreet Kaur will take a review 100%. There's no way she's not taking it.
course.
No way she's.
I think
I feel
this
like
might
Deepti
be
Sharma
high.
and Richa Ghosh could have said no, and Harmanpreet would have still taken a review. As per JB analysis, it is very evident. We saw first wicket very early on. Why not have Yastika Bhatia to counter it and have good strike rate, since Jemmy is gold in middle, not power play like Yastika? Lovely question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And that's purely to do with the return, right? Because if Shefali or Smriti, either of them are able to get past the power play, you can see they can score big. That's what you saw with Smriti today. Shefali didn't get her runs, that's okay. But in a case where you have Yastika opening, she fizzles out after the power play. There are absolutely no runs once she gets into the middle overs.
And if you're
that's
looking,
the point of difference.
and if you're talking about Yastika at number 3 and her walking in, if an early wicket falls, you're banking on the fact that an early wicket
Early
will
wicket
fall.
falls, yeah.
Even if it does fall, you are losing out on someone like a Bharti Fulmali and trying to just swing it, because she can be allowed to swing because she has support behind her. If Yastika Bhatia doesn't bat in the power play, which means you're taking her down in the middle order, and she doesn't really strike big, which means Richa Ghosh doesn't have that cushion, or Deepti Sharma doesn't have that cushion. You don't have that cushion in the middle order. You'd rather have Bharti Fulmali and Richa Ghosh batting in the middle, because you know that you have that cushion. And on that day, both of them can just take the opposition apart. So there's no bat involved. You think there's height?
Is what I was thinking. But I think this might be really, really close. It might even be an umpire.
I think it's umpires called outside the off stump. I think that's the only thing. Tejas Bahadur says, want Shefali to score more runs? Yeah, me too.
Always the case.
Yeah. Oh, see, umpires
I
call
think-
outside the off.
I think that's. I definitely thought it turned more. Did it
Turned
not?
it. Come
Fair.
on.
Yeah, like I thought it turned back enough.
I didn't think it turned in at all.
Did it not?
I didn't think. I mean, I wasn't surprised the umpire gave a nod up, because I thought it was missing outside off.
Or it was just going straight on?
Yeah, I did think it.
I want to see a replay of that.
Pranay,
once
true,
again.
yeah, thanks. That sums up my Astika question. Beautiful. Forgot about her post. That's
Fair.
fine, Pranay. This is
Chance of a run out.
oh,
Safe.
how's that wet? How's that wet?
Richa's appealing because this is the first time she's cleanly caught the ball.
That's true.
Ah,
Damn, Deepthi Richa combination today is quite the
We-
combination. Well, that's not it.
if that was a direct hit, well, that's like saying if, then. But-
That's like saying if India took it's in the first 6 balls, we wouldn't be talking about
If
Pakistan.
my
or-
grandmother had wheels, be a bike.
If you know the reference, put it in the chat. All right, then. India looking very, very solid at the moment. 2 dot balls in the very first 2 balls of Deepthi Sharma's over. She's bowling absolutely incredible. 2.2 overs, just 5 for 2 wickets. It's what you expect from a Deepthi Sharma in an ODI format. Well, here you have her in the T20 format.
That's looped in once again. She's. I want to see if she's doing something different. with
72
her release.
kilometers per hour.
'Cause
Bowling
that ball
it
against
very, very.
Turned, has it?
Yeah, I don't think. But no real balls were turning on.
Hey, getting a bunch of turns.
But I can't. I don't.
Well, let's see.
Oh, again, negative live to the left hander. That's very, very interesting that she's bowling negative to both left and right handers. The reason it's called negative line is also because one part of the dismissal is also gone, and that's the LBW. Usually, if you're bowling negative line, most probably when you're pitching the ball, it's down the leg side, which is also why LBW is out of the occasion. Right. Can you talk about Jemmy's stats in the power play? Heard a few comms criticizing it. Ashwin bro, you should hop on Discord more. Okay. I am sorry about I will hop on Discord more. Jemmy's yeah, that's right. Jemmy's numbers in the power play aren't the most impressive. She does consume a lot of dot balls, doesn't hit a lot of boundaries. In fact, I don't think, or I do think, her strike rate just touches 120, which is right as compared to Yastika Bhatia, Smriti even, and even Shefali Verma. Her numbers in the power play are not all that great, and it's true. Criticism is warranted. Why Nandini is not playing? Akshay will answer that once he comes back after this over. So that's the end of the ninth over, 62 for 3. I don't know if you guys have addressed it yet, but Arundhati Reddy is way better batter than Shriyanka Patil. Why was she sent? Because of their leg side field setup, and Shriyanka Patil reverses very often? Damn, Pranay. What a good question.
I think it's just the inventiveness of shots. Like I think Shriyanka is always sent down in those last couple of balls or that last over because she can play the scoops and the reverse sweeps and something that's unconventional which you can't really set a field for. Arundhati is more of someone who can actually bat and like play an innings if she has to, as opposed to just it.
Sri Charini comes back. Chetan, with what you said. And just when everyone had written off Deepthi, she makes her way back. Agreed, agreed. I mean, if yeah, I agree. Talk about it. Is Shefali's form a concern? Well, it could be a concern, but I don't think the form will be this bad for a very long time. I think it's about time she makes a real comeback, and she will. She will.
Oh, that's a good chance for an out. Oh, that
Wait, what
might
the hell is that?
be close.
Is that? I think
Umpire says not
if the
out.
wait, what? Did she hit the stumps before?
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
What
The
the hell
umpire's
happened?
done this, which means it's not out. She was waiting for some kind of signal, I guess. And Harman celebrating?
I for a second thought Richa hit the stumps even before she collected the ball. Oh wow. Lovely.
Well, that's the kind of optimism you need to win the World Cup.
To be fair,
Harman's just gone off on a run
to be fair,
celebrating.
Sanskriti, if that's the name, she said India on a roll and deleted the message. Then even she was not the only Harman was not the only one celebrating. Oh, that's another looped up delivery. Mistimed it completely, and Kranti Gaud mistimes, I think, the run complete. Again, is this what is this cricket in the last two? Good lord. Anyway,
Suddenly become
is,
really
she,
slow.
is Bharti overrated, or is it that she didn't get much chances? Well, it's a bit of both to be. Like Bharti on a day can really take the bowler apart, but when is a day coming is the real question. Moves across. That's an incredible shot by Muniba. Goes outside the off stump, covers the line of the ball. Exactly what we spoke about in playing sweep shot between the innings break. If you want that, too bad. Plays the sweep shot along the ground, no risks involved at all, and gets a boundary between mid wicket and square. Like, in fact, even if she had missed the ball and even if the ball had hit the pads, she was way outside the off stump. She covered it all. What a beautiful shot by Muniba. Sri Charani bowling it well. I think she should continue looping the ball.
Yeah, I think she's doing that well. Just stick to her strengths. She's looped it again. Just gets it over the cover fielder. That probably is not going to make the boundary. But once again, Muniba showing intent. I almost forgot she was out there because she's just been very quiet and not gotten enough strike ever since the end of the power play. Now she is 38 of 32, and I think that is also going to be the end of the over soon enough.
Teja Bahadur says Shafali Smriti, Jemmy Kaur, Yastika Richa, Deepthi Arundhati, Charani, Sriyanka Patil, or Radha Yadav. And Renuka should be their
Or
playing
giving the
11.
playing 11.
Win
Okay.
predicted 90% India.
Oh,
Oh, that's
gets an edge.
offside
There
edge.
is no slip as expected.
And of course, Shah holding the ball today. Almost lottery ticket.
Oh,
But
that-
that's the end of 10 overs, and Pakistan are 72 for 3. And we will see Praatibh going off for the next 5 overs, and he'll come back with the technical breakdown. Praatibh will be back for a technical breakdown in a bit. For now, it's Akshay and me. Welcome back, Akshay. What do you think about the Indian team? Sri Lanka part is back on the attack.
Spinners have definitely done a fantastic job over here. Overs, three excellent stuff between them. In fact, the Pacers, oopsie daisy. Yeah,
Pull
yeah.
the huh.
All right, I'll be behind it. But
PG 13 lads, PG 13.
you want to believe your audience.
Yeah, of course. We have a 8-year-old fan.
Oh my word, okay. Okay, I don't think
Oh.
8 is fine. Because,
Arre?
oh my word.
I think that's a good steal, you know. I think that's a good
Yeah,
single.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my word for India, like, what was that? But yeah, the spinners have done a fantastic job. Even in the last over, I think Chani wasn't too bad. Muniba played a couple of really good shots, and there was also that edge. He
True, true.
found. Oh, I think Sri Lanka was upset at Natalia Parvez
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
But what was she supposed to do? Like,
Ooh, Natalia, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, it wasn't intentional or anything, but Sri Lanka was just pissed at that. Ooh, the sweep.
you know, I have a theory behind this, but I'm going to ask you this question because the
Oi!
audience.
I
Oh
think
my-
that's at the knee. I think that's at the knee. That hurts. That does hurt. Ah, that hurts. I know Jemmy has apologized, but that bloody hell hurts. Oh, the throw skidded through onto her knee. I think it's hit her flush.
Oh, that's even a. That's.
To quote Mr. Nasir Hussain, unmentionable.
Alright. I mean, it's the kind of hurt that you have all the fielders around you.
But I don't think in women's cricket that's the case. It's only in men's cricket
That's
that
true.
everyone is laughing in and around. Come to think of it, men are really wild.
Muniba Ali versus India, she averages 28, but only strikes at 95. Is something. Our Shank Patil, oh, fair.
What on earth is this ad? What are we looking at?
Interestingly, Neerana, Deepti Sharma, Radha Yadav. Oh,
Jemmy's come all the way from deep
Muniba,
mid-wicket to just
Muniba
tell
has
us.
really struggled against Indian spinners and have consistently got.
Oh, in general.
Yeah.
No, that's because Muniba in general struggles against spin. Like I
Right,
was
right,
mentioning it up top as well. Spinners would definitely be the way to go against her.
What I was going to ask you is, I have a theory for why, but why do you think in women's cricket do a lot of spinners like to bowl negative line? Because you see, like Deepti Sharma, for example, Eccleston bowls a lot of negative line. Ashley Gardner bowls a lot of negative line. Shriyanka Patil
Gardner
right now.
does. Yeah. Interesting. Trying to. I've never thought of it before.
Yeah, I find it very interesting. I have a theory, but I can also argue against the theory. So it's not a very solid, but it's just something to put it out.
Sure, go with. I have one too, but you.
Go, no, go on,
but I'll
go.
have to flesh it out in my head. Like why is. Till then you can go ahead.
I think that one of the reasons why, oh, interesting, one of the reasons why a lot of spinners, at least in cricket, like to bowl negative line because I'm not gonna say it. It's a very weak. It's okay.
No, just go ahead. Either
No,
way.
I'm gonna let it be.
No, I'm curious now. What was it?
No, it was something to do with the LBW dismissal and how
Oh. Okay, my.
oh,
Not in the
straight
gap.
straight to
Radha.
Radha, right.
Radha's everywhere. I mean, India is
As it should, yeah.
Oh man.
I was telling Praatibh this. They did this in the ODI World Cup.
yeah.
Like, might as well. If
To
you're
be
the
honest,
best.
I was genuinely pissed. Like it's you can't like, and no one's even complaining. I mean, chuck the spirit of the game, and chuck is not the word that first came to my mind.
Oh!
Okay. Oh, Deepti, rocket throw here.
Now if
I think
that's
she's made her crease though, but rocket throw that really came in quick.
that was good throw. That is what she needed to do when Richa and Deepti were over.
No, Deepti has a great arm. She has a great arm. But I don't know. It's out? Oh.
Well, Praatibh from behind the scenes
yeah.
gives that. Oh, that's what a fantastic piece of fielding from Deepti Sharma. That's the 4th wicket gone for Pakistan. Pakistan are nowhere to be seen in terms of run rate and are slowly tumbling down the blocks.
Last 5 overs, that means what? They've scored just 23 runs and have lost 4 wickets now, including the important wicket of Munib Ali. The set Munib Ali now has to go back to the pavilion, and I really hope that means you will see Fatima Sana come in and not Ramin.
Hopefully.
Apologies, 3 wickets after the power play, not 4, but yeah, 75 for 4. It is Fatima. Good to
Oh,
see
good
that.
on her. Right. So to talk a little bit about her, since the last, I think I've already said this, but since the last T20 World Cup, she averages, I think, 50, if I'm not mistaken. She strikes at more than 170. I don't think there's any other batter who strikes at more than 170. To give you a little perspective, the highest striking batter for the Indian team is Richa Ghosh, and she strikes at around 150 or 160, if I'm not mistaken, since the last T20 World Cup. And you have Fatima Sana striking more than 170. She hasn't been in the greatest of forms in the last couple of matches with the bat, but I mean, it's a new game. It's against India as a World Cup opener. You don't really care about past form as a batter walking in, especially in a situation like this.
By the way, about the negative lines, I think, I mean, my theory has to do with field restriction. Because in women's cricket, there are only 4 outside. Only 4 fielders are allowed outside the 25-yard circle. More often than not, you see the offside packed with 4 or 5 fielders even inside the circle. They usually go
Right.
for each of the outfielders on the leg side, which makes it a lot more easier for them to bowl negative lines, because that means those are defensive lines, essentially,
Yeah.
so they can cut the boundaries entirely unless
Right.
someone's really good with their reverse sweeps. So I think that's one reason why. Oi, oi, oi! Good. Oh, she's dropped it. I thought she took it. My bad. So what was that shot, Fatima? Had that wicket, I mean, had she grabbed that, and that was the end of the game.
That is true. That's the end of 11 overs, 75 for 4. Did that carry to
I think
Sri
it
Lanka?
carried. Ah, no, no, no.
Oh,
Well,
but she
well
she also made a piece of it. If you look,
No, but it bounced well
yeah,
ahead.
true.
Oh, the attendance stands at 18,814, highest for this World Cup. It was-
Why don't we? Oh, there's a women's. Why don't we see Pacers use the wide Yorker plan more often in women's cricket? Is it mainly because teams are restricted to just 4 fielders out?
I wouldn't say that has much more about. I mean, sorry, apologies. I wouldn't say it has. Sure, that does play a role because you have one fielder inside the circle. But I also think it's just not a plan they're comfortable executing. It's a very high risk plan. And also in men's cricket, we've seen, like, I'll just stick to IPL when I talk about men's cricket. It's only this IPL where we've seen bowlers bowl it a lot more consistently, or use wide Yorkers as an option a lot more consistently. I think women's cricket will also get there in due course because, yeah, field restrictions, wide Yorker is anyway a defensive option. So it's, if anything, it helps. It makes you.
Whoa, Shefali Verma. Yeah,
They've realized because the 3 overs of pace went for 35 runs, they've
Yeah.
realized there's no point giving them pace. And Fatima Sana in particular loves hammering pace.
Right.
So it makes a lot
Sorry
more
to
sense.
cut you off. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's more to do with just the sport evolving. Like it's probably lagging behind men's cricket. By lagging, I mean it'll take a few more years because men's cricket evolves a lot quicker.
Also because men's cricket has started.
Exactly.
Have consistently
Yeah.
started and going
Yeah.
on for a very long time. Right. So Shefali Verma into that throw. by Deepti
Brilliant
Sharma
rocket
was
throw.
bloody
Deepti again
good.
has a rocket arm. Goes without saying. Deepti, Jemmy also from the outfield. Amanjot Kaur again. Jemmy and Amanjot, I was mighty impressed with them in England last year. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh.
What was that?
You know, Radha Yadav was good.
Radha also. That's
Yeah.
it. Righty. Meanwhile, the equation right now is what? 94 needed of 56 or no 52 deliveries. Oh, hard.
If you you guys can see the scorecard. Sometimes I don't even understand why we act as if we can't.
All right.
Oh,
That's the wicket.
let's go! Smriti Mandana with another catch, showing me that she can catch the ball. Shefali Verma throwing it right outside the Austin. Fatima Sana slashing at it, rightfully so, except she doesn't get a lot of it, isn't able to clear the field and hits it straight to Smriti. A catch that she had to take and that she did 5 wickets down, Akshay.
Yep, exactly. Oh, interesting variation. That, like, it wasn't even, it wasn't Kerem, it was nothing. It was just the one finger seam up. Not even seam up. It was,
Oh,
it was
that's
held
a
cross
good
seam.
catch. That's a very good catch.
hit
There was a lot
hard.
of pace behind the
It
ball.
was hit hard. Fatima knows it was hit hard. The ball was there to be hit. The shot was on, but she just found the fielder to perfection. And that's the end of Fatima Sana and let's I say Pakistan.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, I thought so after 77 for 2, but oh.
Just one of that. Yeah. Continue.
No. First of all, Sanskrit
Sankeet.
Sanket. Well, there you go. I'm sorry I called you Sanskriti to begin with, but Shefali with the golden arm. You are right. And Srikanth, you're here. Shefali with one more wicket, guys, lads. If you don't know Srikanth, is first of all we have a Discord, so go join our Discord. But Srikanth has been on our live since day one of 2024. That's how long back it goes, and he runs our Discord. So he's part of us from being a subscriber to then a live watch along. Then he handles our Discord, part of our team and
Have you
everything.
guys met him or not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have. He came to our event.
That's so. Oi. I like Shefali the bowler. Very smart. Very
Yeah. Very, very, yeah. It's like those. I mean, I don't like this saying, but she thinks like a bat. But she does.
Yeah, that's true. Harman stuffed to bits there. 2 more balls. Oh, nice. Again,
That's
slows
a
it
good
down
call.
completely. Well done.
Damn, what a good over. What a good wicket for Shefali for the Indian team. It's always great to see the vice captain and the.
And it's not often we see Smriti so animated. Like
Yeah,
she was because they know how big a wicket it was. Of course,
Yeah.
Fatima Sana is their most important batter.
That's a wild.
Yeah. I just hope now we're not going to see. It's not going to be one of those innings where they,
Head rub,
they
yeah.
bat out the next 3 overs. Please go
I
with your
hope
shots.
not, because
Yeah.
good lord, because in the next 3 overs, after the 3 overs, we will see Praatibh with a technical breakdown. So watch out for that. He will have a technical analysis on one of the batter or the bowlers. We'll find out who. Well,
I love how. Wait, why did I blank out on his name for a
Yeah.
second? Oh yeah, I
He
love how
forgot his-
Aswin throws Pratham under the
Akshay
bus.
forgot his co-host's name.
Happens.
Well, we have Deeksha saying Jeet's tweet. Female cricketers
Oh.
hit the stumps directly more often than male cricketers.
Interesting. I can also see why. I mean, you can argue 25 yards, 30 yards. The distance. Oh, that's another wicket.
for
Shabash.
Sri Charani. Let's go.
Now I'm backing our girls. Come on.
Of course, you're now backing
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Come on.
79 for 6, back-to-back wickets in back-to-back overs. This is India's game through and through. Well, we expected India to dominate, but this is a real domination that I did not expect after the power play, is what I'll tell you.
That is true.
Interestingly, we have a question. Anamika asks, is it that the pitch is favorable for spin, or are Indian paces pathetic?
I mean, it's a bit of both. In that, I won't say our paces are pathetic, but they did bowl quite poor lines. They were decent with their lengths. And the Indian spinners today have been spot on, especially with their pace. They've realized quickly that there's no point trying to dart it in. So they've slowed it up. They, like Praatibh said, took a leaf out of Pakistan spinners themselves, who slowed it up completely, did not give any pace to work with whatsoever. And it doesn't help that Pakistani batters inherently are a lot more conservative. So, yeah, having no pace to work with just meant that it became difficult for them to generate power, score those boundaries, which in turn led to pressure being built, which in turn led to run-outs and wickets being given.
Sankirt also
Sankeet,
says, I
huh?
wouldn't like to compare, but Shefali gives Sehwag vibes. This is what you said.
Yeah,
before
that's
the
true.
match
Which is
started.
true. Even in her batting, and I'm not just talking about vibes, like there are clear comparisons
Oh, yeah,
to be
yeah,
drawn. So fair.
100%.
And about Jeet Sweet, it makes sense, just to be clear. Yeah, because you can make an argument that men's cricket, the inner circle is 30 yards here, 25 yards, so you're a bit closer to the stumps. So I won't say it becomes much easier, but it at least becomes 20% you're 20% closer to the stump. So mathematically, you just have a better chance. That's all I can say. And yeah, fair.
Well, India just need 4 more wickets to wrap up the game. Hopefully, for the sake of net run rate, they can really do that soon.
Yeah, that's true because South Africa are already down and out with their net run rate taking
Oh
a
my
massive
God.
hammering, and oh my goodness. Who's that? Herman, was
Of
it?
course it will. Oh, they ran 2. Well, of course they ran 2. That's isn't it?
Herman's definitely had a day to forget. Barring the fact that her sides won, she herself.
I don't think a field position has been quite all right. I don't know if it's the bowler or her, but she's the captain, so she's
Yeah,
gonna take
she
the call.
always is stationed there. Always. Even
No, no,
I
not
mean.
her fielding
Oh,
position.
acha,
The
placement.
field setting and field placement has been spot on because there were quite odd field placements for even Arundhati Reddy and even Shriyanka Patil when she came about in the second over. Yeah, just and even her. Shriyanka Patil, Sricharini doing her bit with the ball. Very, very decent, in fact. Almost 3 overs, 2 for 17.
Yep, for sure.
Sricharini, I think, is very underrated. Like, not a lot of people do talk about her. Of course, she should be in the playing 11. And I know people who follow women's cricket do talk. But when you see branding,
Oh, like that.
brand
Yeah.
image,
I think it takes more than just performances, right, to become the face of a team. Priti, Jemmy, Harman are now like truly
I think it's also the social media game.
Shriyanka Patil. So it like you can argue even Deepti Sharma is not exactly a part of that.
But she's
She's still, of course, but that's also because 10 years and a lot of experience, won them games, tournaments, and all of it. But unfortunately, there is a lot of other elements that go into, or other factors rather that go into. Fair enough.
Shrikant says, come on, Viro was never this touch.
Fair point.
Damn. Oh, you should know something about Shrikant. He has very, very extreme takes. And he's very proud of it. Most of it is just to rage bait. But especially me.
Like, give
Yeah.
me some.
He doesn't think Sachin's the his batter. He thinks they're better.
That never
batters.
bothers me. The thing is, if anything, people get annoyed with the fact that I don't get bothered about Sachin not being called the great.
Oh, Shrikant would
sure.
love this if he's listening to this. It's not just Sachin.
What?
There's a lot of other just things that he knows that bothers me, and he'll keep.
No, I basically that's not just Sachin. In general, I want to believe it's hard to rage bait me because it doesn't. Sure, man, that's your take.
Well, Shrikant,
Yeah.
there you go.
I want to
That's
see. I want to see.
stick to women's cricket,
Yeah,
but
sure.
but yes, it's
I would prefer if you don't make sexist comments. Not that it'll bother
Oh,
me,
no,
just
no.
so that you don't get like
Yeah.
it doesn't restrict the.
He's
stream
a
or
he's
something.
a he's a better man.
Yeah. Because I've had people do that to me.
Oh.
Like, what do you want me to say to that? So
And do you think it's interesting that Shafali continues? Wouldn't you give it again to maybe Priyanka or a Deep?
Priyanka has just one left, right? Or is she?
But might as well.
Shifali got a wicket, and Shifali can get those wickets. Abhi Ramin, Shamim, Malia, Riaz are all. Oh, Shrikant, I see that. I'll
Shrikant is man. I
go
would love
for
to
it. Go
rage
for
bait
it.
you.
I would also love to be rage baited.
Oh, that's a poor delivery, but only for a single. Lucky Shafali there. Ooh,
That is
and
no rage baits. Nah, okay. Ah, fair. Come, then I want to see cricketing takes. Yeah.
yes, cricketing takes sometimes can be wild, and I respect it because it is wild. But
ID. Ooh, slows it up.
oh,
What again? That field setting once again. No one behind square. Offside. Oh, Deepti
Wow,
somehow makes it.
does Deepti make it or does the ball
Boy,
stop?
I just give her that credit. यार इतनी भाग के गई है तो इतना
That's-
तो बनता है. Edgbaston's a nice. You've been to Edgbaston?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
no.
it's nice. Oh, what happened?
Sachin says rage baiting Akshay is easy.
Who's
you know
Sachin?
Sachin is Sachin Upadhyay.
Oh yeah, he was a cricket.com regular. Hi Sachin. Why rage baiting means easy? Oh my word! Oh good lord! Yeah, that's a proper rage bait. That's a rage bait. Richa Ghosh, you were successful. I'll give that to you. Why on earth would you not just walk to the stumps? Oh my goodness, what on earth? Oh, wait,
You know what are they taking review for an LBW? That's
who
not out.
cares? That's not out, but oh, you could have just walked. Why did you throw? Walk. Oh. Oh
Did
man.
this recently? Oh, Sophie Eccleston. Remember
Yeah,
the third T20
yeah.
against India?
But look, I want to watch Richa Ghosh
Ooh.
again. No, I don't think it was pitching in line though.
No, I think it was pitching.
Yeah?
I mean, it can't be pitching down. Like she's bowling over the wicket.
He was bowling around the wicket now.
No, over the wicket.
Oh, hey, why do I remember bowling around the wicket? Okay, then I'm wrong.
We
That's
can't
already-
just, but on a serious note, this World Cup had zero ad campaign. I did mention this in the group. The
Yeah.
Discord group that he's talking about, you guys can join if you guys.
But Sachin, again, I want to know rage bait what? Like I would. So Sachin was a part of our watch alongs when I was a hardcore RCB fan. Even then, I wouldn't be rage baited by someone dissing on RCB. Sure, they're not. Yeah, there's no bad for sure.
Oh, this is very interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
I think that's bad.
I don't think I want to
It's
know where the
hard.
umpire
Yeah,
goes with
exactly.
this.
It's hard. It's
I
hard.
want. To be fair, if I was the umpire, I would stick with not out because it was given not out on
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
field.
yeah, exactly.
But we shall find out because Jay Shah is the president of ICC.
But oh man, that Richa Ghosh attempt. Sad.
Durbi asks, what is a good score to be bowled out?
Oh,
As in for India's perspective in terms of net run rate or Pakistan's perspective in terms of net run rate? But give both.
I mean, there's no good score, right? As much as possible for Pakistan, as few as
Right.
possible for India. Like,
Yeah, that's
what do you mean? Are you sure this was? I think that's bad, yeah. This, I don't know. Feels hard. It's really hard. But
No, no.
it's been given not out. Richa, what have you done?
And I think that's a fair call by the
Yeah,
umpire to
yeah.
give it not out.
Yeah.
What is it called? Not having enough evidence. But what is that called?
Conclusive evidence.
Right. That's the
Okay. Man, just show me the replay. I want to see Richa Ghosh. वो डीनो मोरिया बोलता है ना मैं बर्बाद होना चाहता हूँ वैसे ही मुझे देखना है फिर से क्या यार Oh yeah, see this. I don't think you saw it, right? Just see what she does here. She's gone and she just throws it.
underarm.
Yeah.
No way.
And she misses. You could have. Oh. You know, I'd still give it fine. You don't walk because you fall in and all, but how do you miss? She was so close. She was so far down the track.
Right. Lack of conclusive evidence.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Shrika. Appreciate you. Thanks. Shrikant, you still get my spelling wrong, dude. It's been 2 years at this point. Anyway.
Oh, with an
Oh.
H. Does that piss you off? I have another. I can't necessarily call him a friend, but a batchmate who's ASWI.
You know, once I was playing a football game, which I never do, by the way. End of 14 overs, score 89 for 6. And I was playing with 3 Ashwins, other than me. And all 4 of us had different spellings. Which is
What
insane when
a-
you think about it.
ASHWIN is the most common.
So ASHWIN, there was ASWIN, there's ASVIN, and there was ASHVIN. All 4 of us
also I've
in the same place.
But
And we were all in the same team because we were all
Oh.
Ashwin.
hilarious. Thankfully, Akshay can't have different.
Sachin Upadhyay.
Yeah.
There's something. Rage baiting or getting you angry. RCB team he supports conceding edge boundaries. Specifically, remember Priyan Sharia getting streaky runs in 24 final, and he was pissed.
Yeah, just like how Richa Ghosh, if you consider this,
25 final, he
yeah,
corrects himself.
yeah, that's true. Like I said, when I was an RCB fan, of course, the edges piss me. If you think the Richa Ghosh was a rage bait, then that's also a rage bait. But I'm asking you guys to rage bait me. Lack of, I mean, cricket field
Bad
pe kuch hota hai,
cricket,
yeah,
yeah.
of course, that will. Like I said, I'm a fan of good cricket. If there is streaky boundaries and all, it does piss me off. I agree. Completely agree.
Really? That pisses you off?
Yeah. No, this was when I was a hardcore
Or
RCB
like it's
fan.
the
because
opposition.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
that's
So
fair.
like that.
That's not rage,
Yeah.
mate. I think that's a.
There are some hilarious reactions out there.
I mean, I was thinking about the compilation we can make with just your reactions on this
Yeah,
live.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. But yeah, India seems to be cruising along. We hopefully just get those 4 wickets out of the way sooner or later, and then we can have an early night to bed.
Early
Tomorrow
night.
starts one.
I don't know what.
Yeah, no, fair.
Do join us on Combox, by the way. Will either of you be joining? We're
Oh,
discussing
why
this
not?
on air.
Wicket, we'll find out if you join
Yeah,
Combox.
exactly. Do join us there.
Naveen says, should Renuka play the next match in place of Kranti?
Where do they play next? Southampton, is it? It's Netherlands.
Netherlands on Wednesday.
Yeah. Where is it? I want to say it's Southampton. If it's Southampton, you can. Leeds. Could be Leeds. If it's Leeds, then yeah, they can bring in Renuka instead of one of the spinners itself. Once again.
Nandini from the dugout asks a question.
Oh.
Hello. Something about yesterday's West Indies versus New Zealand and how that result affects that group.
Oh, fantastic result. And New Zealand definitely, I mean, that's a massive loss for them because I truly believe Scotland now also have become contenders because I'm backing Scotland to win
Oh
over
yeah, I
West
know
Indies.
about your likingness towards Scotland.
Yeah, exactly. And I genuinely think they stand a decent chance versus West Indies. And West Indies beating New Zealand now brings Scotland also into the face should they defeat one of New Zealand or West
That'll
Indies.
be a very interesting
Yeah,
group.
exactly. So
We have a
it's
couple of questions for you, by the way.
oh sure.
Shrikant, Ashwin, please remember me to rage bait him when we meet in real life. Sure.
Oh.
Diksha, what changed? Are you not a hardcore RCB fan
Yeah,
now?
yeah, definitely. I mean, not. I wouldn't call myself an RCB fan anymore. Sure, there's still maybe a soft corner, but I'm definitely not as hardcore as I was last year. Last year, though, it was proper. Like it would hurt me. It would affect me if they lost. Oi!
Oh, Sri Charani
Ah.
continues and finishes. I mean, it's the last over of the spell.
Yeah.
And we will also have a change in commentary where to finish off the match, we'll have Praatibh and Akshay doing
After this over,
at
yes,
yeah, that's true.
that's true. And what changed? I guess the trophy sobered me down, and also because I was at the Stampede to cover it. I hadn't gone there as a fan, but oh, that genuinely it just yeah. Oh,
Oi!
catch! Oh my
Oh my
word!
god. Very well bowled by Sri Charani. He pulled the
Yeah.
length back a bit because she saw the batter coming out of her crease. You know, we were planning to go to the
Oh, it was
the
hard,
RCB
man.
fan event after the. But we didn't because we realized we shouldn't.
Smart of you. We though went, and we were also riding that high of RCB winning, so we were even more enthusiastic to be there and record all of it. Oh, I left very early, but even then I struggled. It took me like an hour or so to walk that 500 meters to just wade through the crowd and exit.
All right,
Right.
so Nandini says West Indies are still strong without Taylor and Chanel. Remember, they'll be more stronger if they will be back. Even I'm looking forward to Scotland. They're very good contenders. Right. So Sri Charani in a very forward delivery. Praatibh has a lot of. Oh my
Oh,
god!
excellent catch, Jenny.
That's Priyanka.
Oh,
Patil,
Shriyanka, my
yeah.
bad, my bad. Sorry.
What a catch by Shriyanka Patil. Good lord, that was beautiful ball. Always dying to her, and she would have had to cover the ground and dive, which is exactly what she did, and dived her time very, very well. What a fantastic catch by Shriyanka Patil.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
beautifully
Especially
done.
in a tournament that's been filled with drop catches galore. That's a genuinely good catch. Well gauged, well timed jump, and well caught. Nice stuff.
Oh, that was
Good.
Oh, that was
That's good. It was always going away from
Yeah.
her.
She had to run
Yeah.
and she had to
And
cover the
also
ground.
stay low because the ball
Yeah.
was always dipping. Again, well
Damn,
done.
good on her.
Excellent catch.
She's again one of the good fielders
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
team.
Very agile.
Yeah.
That's true. Very crafty. Good package. I really hope if she improves her batting. I don't know what was that reaction.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she improves her batting, I really think she can become a proper package for Team India.
Not having Pratt, Ashwin, and the third guy, sorry, I'm poor with names, together is a rage baiting us here. No, Pratt will come on, wait for 2 overs. Wait for the end of this over. Oh, three
They
of
want
us.
a threesome.
What went wrong in the power play for India? I just think it's the wicket being very, very fresh in the sense that not settling in. So the wicket was holding up, the ball was holding up, and just the 2 wickets, to be honest. Jemmy played a very rash shot.
Come on, now
Ifali-
it's the tail. Nashra Sadia and Tasmia Khan bat. Please.
To be fair, I have numbers on.
Tail.
Oh, no, I don't. I apologize. Quite disappointing from me there. Oh, what a lovely catch by Shriyanka. Oh, that's the end of the over, isn't it?
There's
that
one
is
more
the
ball.
end of the.
Oh,
Oh, it's one ball
yeah.
remaining. I'm sorry.
trying to think. Please wicket le lo.
Oh, that's the end of the over. Pakistan are 92 for 7 if they haven't taken a single, which I don't think they have.
No, they haven't.
We will take a break and we will come back to finish off the game with Praatibh and Akshay.
Back on.
Hello. Final 5 over stretch, 92 for 7. Shefali back into the attack.
Back into continue career.
Oh, she is, kya?
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Fair
Last
enough.
over mein to there was that.
I have zoned out.
rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, it's been so. The game has slowed down a lot. It feels like.
Oh, is that a boundary?
No, Radha Yadav's going to save it as she
Oh.
does. Oh, that's brilliantly done, but that might still be.
Oh,
It stops
bro.
just before the boundary. Radha Yadav
They've
just doing
run
Radha Yadav
three.
things. Yeah, fair enough. Parried the ball a bit too far.
Oof. I would.
Yeah, like even during the ODI World Cup, she was
Every
on the
match.
field so often, and I think for Sri Charani a lot of times.
Any
Good for India.
Shifu, please start one in
Finish him.
or just completely loop it up and slow it down.
Loops it up,
Ah.
but it's a very hittable length. Gets a single.
But you guys, I mean, what do you make of New Zealand?
Well, I actually have to. It was a surprising result. West Indies is the kind of side to be able to pull off these kind of upsets. I think in a lot of the previews that have also been done, they are sort of the dark horses in that they aren't as weak a side as some of the others where you know that it's not going to happen. They've also won a World Cup. They have some class players like Deandra Doughton, Haley Matthews. So not too surprised, but also New Zealand would be disappointed with that result. And it really opens up the group. Is that out? Or is that a wide? It's a wide.
Then stumping. Why did you attempt the stumping?
Isha Ghosh really needs to work
I
on her
guess
keeping.
no. I mean, in Richard's defense, I guess she was so happy that she collected the ball. She was like, done. I'm done. I collected the ball. Abhi complain nahi karne ka, theek hai? She was just happy because she just falls over. Oh, shot, yeah, that's a 4.
That has to do a lot with not only her technique, which I think Ashwin can actually elaborate on, being her keeper himself, but also the kind of balance she gets herself in. Like just horrible positions of collection, which leaves her with no option. A lucky streaky boundary is what I want to say.
Yeah, this wasn't a bad shot to be
Yeah, it was a decent shot, but a very
intended.
fair. Maybe not that square.
Oh.
Aliyah Zafar still out there. Gets it in the gap once again. It's racing away from the fielders, but they'll cut it off. That should be a couple of
outfield,
runs.
yeah.
Yeah, this one's not been a great outfield for cricket.
True,
There's a
that's
lot
true.
of balls just dying off.
That's consistently been the case. Your phone, let's see.
Oh, my phone's also there. Can see chat.
Oh. Yeah, apart from the
Did we now? What else? Yo Pratt. Hello, Shrikant. What's up? First 2023 World Cup jersey.
Oh, yeah. My friends got this for me. And this is before the 20. This is when Adidas had just
Okay.
just announced their tie-up. Come out with this up.
The World Cup game. I was there witnessing it live. What a great time. What a massive stadium, but that's the only thing that was good about it.
How many stadiums have you been to in India?
Narendra Modi, then Chennai, Chinnaswamy. Yeah, I've seen a couple from outside Wankhede and stuff, but I haven't been to a Wankhede game. That's a bucket list that needs to be. Dharamsala, that would be nice.
Dharamshala,
Yeah.
I want to go to some of these tier 2, tier 3 ones.
Baroda and stuff.
Or in now. I had another in mind.
Levi Patil.
Ranchi. I don't think there'll ever come a reason apart from watching a
Oh,
Ranchi.
fair.
So might as well use that as an.
Any Ranchi folks in the chat that can convince Akshay
exactly.
otherwise?
I mean, there's a BG test
Oh,
next
yeah.
year, so I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So if Ranchi folks are there, do give me recommendations. So अबे, अरे क्या यार?
Well,
Tail
Deepti
ender
Sharma back at it with her antiques. This is what
hai.
gets you
See,
brand
my
value.
point is either go for the Mankad or just don't. Like I'm done with warnings, and that was a tail ender, bro.
Tossed
How
up.
is he?
She's
How
not
is
got all of
he?
that. And that's caught at deep mid.
Shabash!
Safe
Come on.
catch.
That's what we need. What else we here for?
Pakistan 8 down. Jemmy takes that very easily. Straightforward catch. Just a little bit of ground to cover. And Deepti amongst the wickets. She's actually bowled a brilliant spell.
Fantastic.
Started off when India were actually getting hammered a fair bit. 3 for 9 in her fourth over. These are This is the stuff of dreams. This is the kind of spell you dream to bowl in a World Cup.
Get a fiver here, man. Now
Yeah.
it's just 2 tailenders to bolt and she has 4 deliveries. I'm hoping that she gets a 5. Come on, Deep.
Let's egg on. Chat, can we get a W? Deepthi in the chat. Also hit that like button.
Yeah, please do hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. Of course, we will be doing watch-alongs for each of the Team India games. The next one is on Wednesday. Yeah, it's on Wednesday. Yeah, take on Netherlands at Leeds or at Headingley. That should also be a fun encounter. But Alia Riaz, once again, same old problem of just occupying the crease, not really upping the ante. 18 of 17 is what she ends up with. And that's been biggest concern with her. Time and time again, people have been talking about how you can bring in someone like an Iman Fatima.
Wee. She has 3 balls in which to get a couple
on.
of wickets, wrap up the game, and get her own fifer. What's
Now
important to
it is
see if
batting
Deepthi can
with-
do it. Ashwin signaled out. I'm curious to see if that's actually the case.
If it isn't this ball and his catch that, catch
Oh,
that,
launches
catch it,
that as
catch
well.
it.
Once again in Jemmy's
Jemmy.
hands. That is wicket number 4 for Deepthi. Pakistan
Nice.
are now 9 down. And things have turned around very quickly. I mean, they have been on the downward slope ever since about, I want to say, the 10th over. And yeah, Deepti's got 2 in the over now.
Will this be her best figures ever? Does she have a fifer in?
She does against South Africa, but I'm sure this is a better performance.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not often that we see a number 10 wearing.
I like how that's what you picked on from all of that.
For more such insights, follow Women's Cricket Central.
Fair.
Birmingham.
Do we have anything crunchy or crispy in the spicy in the
I
chat?
can only read, guys, one really good question. I like how he or she has already decided that this is a really. I
What is
can't
the-
read the rest of it.
But I think the catching efficiency comparison from
Hey, what are you answering?
men's to women's, I'm reading it,
Oh, okay.
are huge.
Lot of reasons. I mean, I'll start off with
Yeah,
this.
go ahead.
One is a lot of these cricketers don't play professional cricket just as frequently as
Yeah.
men do. Like a lot of, for instance, when you look at a lot of the domestic cricketers, they don't even play under lights until they've played a WPL or something like that. So if you don't have that exposure, don't have that experience, it's always going to be difficult. I'll definitely, go deep on that much later because Deepthi here has taken a fiver to end
Wow.
the game. Wow, man, fantastic.
God damn.
We just spoke about this. Wow, her first fifer in T20 World Cups. And what better day than to do it versus Pakistan? The crowd at Birmingham is definitely elated. So are we, because it's a
Best
And,
figures in T20I cricket for Deepthi Sharma. This is also her second fifer in the year. 5 for 10 in 4 overs. What a brilliant bloody spell. Damn. Okay, so these are also her best figures in
Yeah.
T20 history, not just internationals, but also domestic for Deepthi, of course. And you can be all smiles, Deepthi. You can be very proud of that performance with all the things that are always said, us ourselves guilty, and for the right reasons, right? She's not been firing for the entire year, barring that fifer. A lot of questions raised on whether or not she was going to be a wicket-taking option, and she's really done. She's almost outdone herself here.
Yeah.
5 for 10 is just incredible.
Fantastic stuff. Fantastic win for India, importantly. 52 for 1 at the end of the power play. It seemed like the game was even Stevens and Pakistan could really potentially push India, out of their comfort zone at least. But wasn't to be the case. The spinners came in and they were really, really, really good. Sri Charni, Shriyanka Patil and Deepthi Sharma, of course. All three of them were immaculate with their lines, with their pace, with the way they kept varying it and keeping the Pakistani batters on their toes. But a brilliant result for them. A 64-run victory ensures that their margins, their net run rate is also taken care of. And given that South Africa have already
That's true.
been pegged back by Australia, it means South Africa now will have to ensure that they also thrash Pakistan by an equalish margin. And
Yeah.
that's their next game. So Pakistan, it's not looking good for them. That's all I can say. South
rightfully
Africa,
rightfully the group of death, man. I mean, it's going to be a lot of games like this where we do see Maybe a little bit of fight from these sides, but then eventually the gap is just too much at the moment. And essentially, that's what you're seeing with sides like Pakistan or Bangladesh, is that they might start well, they might have moments and the talent, but they just don't have what it takes to go all the way. And yeah, I think we've been given a signal to possibly call it off. This is the end of the live. Thank you all of you for tuning in. It's been nice. We're happy to have seen at least 20, 25 of you consistently
Yeah.
turn out, which was credit to you for sticking through the entire thing. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to Women's Cricket Central. Subscribe to Women's Cricket by JB. And we'll see you in the next game.